the chance to run, leave behind the said and done, figure out what's to come. Reasons, all the bigger things I can't ignore. I'm not getting what I came here for. Gotta get ahead of something more. So I think I found a new way out, way beyond a shadow of doubt. 'Cause I can't breathe, and I guess I could be stronger.
times and I can't seem to find a light between the walls I built for myself right in my mind. And then you came over and you showed me love that I never had seen before. And now, when I got you, it's all gonna be alright. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I. Just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. You can lift me off the ground so we can fly again. 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 I've been trying hard not to go out of my mind. And all I need right now is for you to stay the night. But if you keep saying that you've got to leave, then I'm gonna be alright. As long as you tell me that we ain't running out of time. Thinking about all the things we did tonight. What a time to be alive. Just you and I. Just you and I. Only you can put my fire out. You can turn it all around. And you can lift me off the ground so we can fly again. 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 I feel your heart beating here in this place. Pain has no meaning. I need to know I'm not alone. Now take it home as the night begins to fade away to yesterday. I wanna stay in this moment here with you. I know in this life we take what we're given, and the sun may still rise, but your light is missing. I need to know I'm not alone. Now take it home as the night begins to fade away to yesterday. I wanna stay
hand in the darkness. Summer heat, bodies laid on the carpet. Eye to eye, glistening, no, I saw it. I saw it. Honestly, you're glowing. lay on the carpet, eye to eye, glistening. No, I saw it. I saw it. I saw it.
broken dreams in my pocket. Golden thing round my neck like a locket. Carve your name in my mind, 'cause you caught it. You caught it. You golden, golden. Honestly, you know it. Me under the street light at the young, so I could show you. You're golden, golden. Honestly, you're glowing. Me under the mezzanine, just so that I could show you.
for the Pro-Am action today, and what a day it's going to be. We are a week away from the halfway mark of the season, and we are in Dubai. It is absolutely roasting here. I'm Mathew Duffin, joined in the commentary box once again by my six-time champion and compatriot rival. I called him my lover last week. I think we'll stay with that one as well. Dan Davis. Dan, good evening. How are you? Hope you are well.
Good evening, Matthew. Good evening, everybody else. It's been an emotional week with a few things going on in the background, but nonetheless, we are here at possibly one of the circuits that I hate the most. We're in Dubai Autodrome, and what a circuit we've come to. And I was doing a little bit of research before we came on air today, and actually this circuit, there's more than just one version of this circuit. There's also, I believe there's a rallycross circuit nearby as well. Ooh. So this whole facility was designed and made in the Middle East to produce more drivers in all aspects of different versions of motorsport, from bikes to cars to trucks, you name it. This facility was meant to hold all that.
And obviously it holds I believe the Hancock 24-hour race. Not one of the big ones, but still a daunting task nonetheless, and a task that drivers must face that must find grueling and challenging. 11 drivers on your screen. We are expecting Stealth Sloth and Dean Wasocki. Monkey Boy is not here tonight. Liam looks to be a no-show, and we have not heard from Keeg. So we are expecting some more drivers out there. At least 13 drivers, we do believe, when Stealth and Dean turn up in a moment. Then obviously 3 missing, which is the 16 there. Then either way, we are in Dubai, and Dan, it is an absolute, but it's such a scorcher today.
It is indeed. I'm in my rainbow bikini. Team Prolapse will be very happy about that. No, it's a very, very warm temperatures here. Matt, this is going to be the very first time you race here, and you even commented last night when we were doing a practice session that you were just assuming that this was going to be a normal race like Catalonia, where you go through a heat cycle. Oh boy, you are in for a treat, because Dubai is one and only of circuits that you come here and everything just flips on your head. The hard tire turns into a super soft tire. It's all about managing and looking after tires, because it is hot here. Hot, hot, hot.
And game on. You want to learn a bit more about the track, I hear you screaming out for.
Well, let's welcome back for another track guide. We're here for round 5 of the championship here at Dubai Autodrome, a track that is 5.3 kilometers long with an elevation change of 20 meters high. It was opened in 2004 and an FIA grade 1. Let's take a lap with the Simplay Motorsport around this fantastic circuit as we head now towards turn 1. As it comes towards the braking boards, it just brakes at the 100-meter board and turns in at the 50. Downhill elevation change. As the car comes down, the rear becomes light and very difficult to change down gears. Some cars will struggle under braking. Also, race starts here is very key and very important. You've got a very long run down to turn 1. Whoever gets the best start is going to have a good opportunity to try and send it down into turn 1. Very wide circuit as well, so there's many opportunities to send it down into turn 1, but obviously many opportunities as well in turn 2 and 3 where cars have gone slightly wide through the first part of the track. But also turn 1 is a great opportunity later on in the race to kind of go for a dive bomb attempt. As you can see, the Simplay Motorsport down the inside of the BMW and gets the job done, making sure it has the advantage. As we go now into turn 4 and 5, this is where your tyres are going to start hitting. This then goes into 6 and 7 and 8. This whole section is going to kill the left-hand side tyres, and it's all about who can look after those tyres. Obviously, with the temperatures here and being in the Middle East in Dubai, you're looking at probably the hard tyres, and they're going to be struggling for temperature. As you can see here, there's a lot of stress and pressure going towards the left-hand side of the car, and those tyres are going to be working very, very hard. As it then comes into a tight right-hander, you've done all that slowing down, braking in a corner as well. It's very tricky to get right. As you then come into a slight banked left-hander, and this left-hander as well is another opportunity to try and catch people out, sling it down the inside, and try and get the moves done. As you can see here, there is opportunities down towards that right-hander as well. As you see there, the Simplay Motorsport just getting down the inside of the Mercedes and gets the run. But as you can see here, Cars are running wide, the door opens up, and bang, in goes the Acura. But you can risk, as you see there, the rear just goes light, and it could risk the tyres getting burnt out. As you come down the long back straight, you're then coming to a very good other braking zone into the hairpin of turn 10, and then into turn 11 as well, famously where Unorthodox and Big Boy Brazier came together and allowing Andy to go and take the race win. Like I said, the hairpin, another great opportunity to make an overtake. As you can see here, the Simplay Acura getting a great run down the back straight in the slipstream of the Ginetta, and then sends it down the inside, doing a Sutty send it as he goes into turn 10 and gets a great run through there to then open up turn 11. Once you've done turn 11, you then head up to turn 12. Another hairpin, but you want to take a late apex on this one and avoiding the inside curb. These curbs here, especially the inside curbs, the apex curbs, are very high and very unstable. So just be a bit cautious of those curves as he then swings himself into turn 13. Another overtaking opportunity. If you've struggled to stay ahead in the hairpin, you can then get the position back at the next hairpin and try and get a great run as you then come into the final tricky section of turn 14, 15 and 16. You see here the Simplay Acura running a little bit wide, trying to get the good run and trying to open up the next right-hander of turn 15, open up the track as best as possible to then give yourself a good opportunity to go into turn 16. Another overtaking opportunity as well. There's many overtaking opportunities here, but it's very tricky to get them down. As you see here, the Acura down the inside of the BMW. Then into the final corner as well, and again, one more overtaking opportunity just here as well. So there's many places here for opportunities in the race. And as you see, like I said, the BMW here struggling on exit gives our Acura a great advantage going through the final sector. And as you can see, he gets the good run. He looks down the inside of the final corner, and up down the inside goes the Simplay Acura. Great move done under braking and gets ahead of that BMW. The other important thing to look at as well is the pit entry. As you can see here, there is the pit entry to the right hand side. You come in and the braking markers is just those orange cones there, and make sure you get your pit limiter on at that point. One thing you've got to remember though at this circuit is obviously, like I said, the pit entry is on the right hand side of the circuit. You do not want to end up like Unorthodox and Big Boy Brazier, which was all Unorthodox's fault, is try and come from the outside into the pits. As you can see here, the Acura struggling to get into the pits, the Mercedes in the way. This will not be allowed in the race. You can see here, there's nowhere, you have to wait another lap. So if you want to try and go for the pits, you're going to have to wait till later on because it can cause incidences for sure. And finally, the pit exit line. Once you've managed to do your pit stop and you come towards the end, is the green code. You can release the pit limiter button and off you go into turn 1, making sure you're staying within the right hand side within that white line. The stewards will penalise you if you go across the white line. Just some information as well, multiple drivers have taken a pole position here, but the most successful drivers here have been Maze Gamer and also Andy with 2 race wins to their name. And the lap records currently held in Pro is by Unorthodox 16 and also Big Boy Brazier for Pro Quali and Race. Also for the Pro Quali for Pro-Am is Maze Gamer and Fury in the Mercedes. Best of luck to everybody and hope everyone enjoys this circuit. It's going to be a great night's worth of racing, a very challenging circuit ahead of us, and everyone needs to make sure they looked after those tyres. But back to the guys in the commentary box. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Simplay Motorsport for another track guide here with the Simplay Acura here for the next round of the championship. We're back in the US of A, and we're at Laguna Seca for one of the more famous circuits. We will be racing in the evening here, 6, 7, 8 and 9 at night here, so it's going to be an interesting night's worth of racing. Interesting temperatures as well, as we will take you for a lap around.
Thank you very much for that one, Unorthodox 16 there, or Dan Davis as we love to call him as well. Absolutely brilliant stuff from him. And this then is your track map guide. Then you see here Simplay Motorsport. It has, as Dean Wasoki's got into the session by the way, Simplay Motorsport, or Dubai Autodrome should I say, season 7, round 9 and 10 of the season it is. It's a track length of 5.390 kilometres, 3.349 in miles. For you lovely, lovely fans who love to find out these track facts. It was opened in 2004, so a relatively new track. 20 metres in elevation, or 65 feet. It is an FIA Grade 1 circuit. The F1 can come here, as would multiple worldwide sports, big events, but obviously we mainly use the Yas Marina, the track that ends the Formula One, whether it's great racing or controversial racing. I'm a bit more of a fan of this layout than Yas Marina. Either way, we are here for this week. Turn 17, clockwise circuit, as Dan did just mention in that preview on Autodromes. The Pro Quali record of Big Boy Brazier, the Pro Race record. But we are looking at the Pro Am records. Maze Gamer on the PS4, 156.780, and Fury in the Mercedes, a 157.749. Not really Pro Am drivers, but at the end of the day, they was in the Pro Am at the time. Most wins, as Dan said, Andy and Maze Gamer with 2 apiece. And multiple drivers have 1 pole position to their name. And Dan, you said it in your track preview yourself. And a few incidents with yourself and Big Boy Brazier many moons ago now. But all in all, this circuit has provided great entertainment for yourself racing on it. What are your thoughts and opinions on this circuit, on this track?
I detest this track. I absolutely hate it. I absolutely detest it. It's Sector 1, man. Sector 1 is just horrible. If I try and get a driver who is going into Sector 1, it's just, well, she's at the perfect prime. It's just this right-hander. It never seems to stop turning, and for me, it's the left-hand tyres, as I said in my track guide, are just burning up, and by that point, the rest of the lap, they're just overheated as well. Me and Jamie, also known as Big Boy Brazier, have had an interesting couple races here. We come back to Dubai and both of us are on the grid once again, so who knows, that might happen again. You just don't know. But it's definitely one of those circuits that it offers surprises if you have not done the testing. We say it time and time again, it's all about being patient, looking after the car, all this lot. This one you really do have to kind of drive like you're on a Sunday drive. You do have to finesse the car, you do have to look after it. Not unless more about aggression and you have to look after those tires, no matter if it's softs or hards. They are going to burn up, they're going to die, and you are going to be screaming by the end of the night that you never ever come to Dubai ever again. But other than that, it's great.
It is great. Now, Welsh should be hoping that his teammate Stealth Sloth turns up tonight, because the championship points, which we'll get to in just a moment, don't look great for the MC Motorsport team, who's one of our oldest teams in the competition.
Are they still the oldest pairing?
I do believe they are. No, they had 1 season out when Welsh got 2 seasons out when Welsh got promoted to the Pro. They had 2 seasons apart where Stealth Sloth was teamed with Aidan Bennett. But it is the longest running team name is MC Motorsport. Been there since season 1 right through till now. So it is one of the oldest teams.
Surely, a little flash there from them. They've surely got to be the longest pairing as well.
I think so.
I think there's, Welshie and Stealth Sloth together.
Well, we're in season 7, bar 2 seasons. That's 5 seasons together they've had.
Yeah, and who other else has had more pairings than that? We had Little Leach and Gary for 3, was it? I believe
3 or 4. 4, I think,
3
was the
or
max.
4 seasons until Little Leach got dropped down. I can't think of anyone else. Peaceful and
yourself and Biggs was only 3 seasons.
Yeah, me and Biggs were
again.
3.
Yeah, Monkey Boy Peaceful, I think, was only 3 seasons. So yeah, I think this is the longest pairing as well, and testimony to them. So let's hope Stealth Sloth does arrive on the circuit. Championship standings, though, look a little like this. Max Mulder leads the way by 32 points, has a great gap over Monkey Boy, but did get caught last week. Monkey Boy, though, not here this week, not able to make this week's race. He sits second place, 10 points ahead of this man, KLF 900, his teammate, and he sits 42 points behind Max. It's then Shane who's in P4. 2 race wins in the last 2 weeks for Shane. It's been a fantastic outing, and we've got that Buzzy Boy in the session now. That one is a bit of a surprise, but either way, Shane P4, 47 off the back of Max Mulder. Rabbit Joe then lines up in P5 at the moment, 85 points. And he's sort of doing what he did in his championship season, where he's started slow and slowly getting better and better and further up that grid. Dean, who's been off the boil, no points in his last 3 races, still hanging on to 6th place at the minute, not yet been out on track. He is 75 behind Max already. Then becomes the next Akora. Argy Bargy is the man, 88 points off of the back of Max Mulder. DJ Phil in 8th place. He then is on 61 points with Ukbar on 54. Bryn on 47 in P10, tied with Leon Fernie. Smithy's down in 12th on 46, with Stealth Sloth just beating his teammate on 39. Welshie 37 points in 14th. Buzzy Boy then on 25, and Lucas Roth on 15. Then the Constructors' Championship looks a little like this. 228 points for Audio Sport and Two Old Pros. They lead by 30. That, well, you'd imagine, would get cut short tonight with only the one driver out there on the grid from the SRL Racing team of Max Mulder and Leon Fernie. Third place is the Super Crash Bros. Bryn, not yet been out there and done a lap yet, and Shane. Them two, can they upset the apple cart? Terminal Velocity Racing, then a P4 of DJ Phil and Ukbar. They're 113 points off the back, 119th, and 6 points behind Terminal Velocity Racing is the SFA Acora Racing team of Smithy and Argent. Wakasakid, 3rd to 6th, and that is how much Dean's non-finishers have hurt him. Simplay Racing, then 5 points behind them on 100, without one driver as well. That's going to hurt them, and MC Motorsport, 76. And again, one driver down, and Dan, missing them drivers, you have to say, is a big... excuse me, a big loss to these teams today.
Yeah, definitely so. For the team constructors, all those drivers do add up to points, and they always be missed and definitely struggling in this sector. I just realised that Max Mulder's done 56.6. That is fast pace. That's pro pace. That is. But yeah, especially when you've got the likes of Ukbar and DJ Phil who will turn up consistently. You've got Max and Leon who have managed to turn up for every round as well. But if you do manage to do what Overtaker does in the pro and do it all on your own, then you haven't got too much to worry about. And I think with Kelly, tonight might be a night where, as you can see, he's practicing the pit entry, which most of the drivers should really do. This is a track that could suit Kelly's driving style, being patient and looking after the car. He has a style of making sure he finesses his tyres. He always seems to be quite delicate on the soft tyres. That's why he's always able to make them work. He's got a Sergio Perez touch to the tyres. He's able to make them go long. He's able to make them last. And I think a lot of these guys are going to push that tyre hard. And in this category as well, Matt, I don't think most of them will have that knowledge of this circuit to really understand how to look after this car.
And I think another thing as well, Dan, just to say, is we see a lot of people, Dean in particular, loves a late pit stop. I think it's about pitting as close to the middle part of the race to give them tyres a bit of ease, let them cool down a lot. It is going to be crucial tonight.
And one man who's been very successful here in the past is this man, Rabbit Joe. The first time we actually did come here, he was actually in, I believe he was in Pro-Am at the time, in the Mercedes, the first time we came here. And he was matching Pro Pace at that time. Obviously, different car now. He's in the Porsche 911. I believe he's actually running my setup that I posted on YouTube. So I apologise now, Joe, if it goes horrendously wrong. But no, Joe in this car, he's having a fantastic season. He's been where he needs to be. He's having a pointsy season, just like Monkey Boy is. But obviously, with no Monkey Boy here tonight, it's going to really hurt his championship. But I know, for example, there's going to be circuits that he is going to be solid at. And there are still some hefty tracks we're coming to yet. There are some hefty tracks and some tracks that we know Rabbit Joe is fantastic at, Bathurst being one of them then. Just a heads up for tonight, Dean Wysocki has a qualifying ban in qualifying one, so he's able to be out there in practice. He can do as many practice laps as he wants. He cannot take part in qualifying, and at the minute, with no stealth sloth, will then be starting in P13. Bryn yet to go out on track, Shane in the pits as well for the final minute. And we touch on the Audi being a good car. The Acora looks like it could be a good car for you. Let's talk about the radiator, the engine, the radiator sort of opening. We know that a lot of drivers want to play with the radiator opening. They want it as close as possible to try and keep in some heat and generate some more straight line speed. Obviously, the Porsche then overheats the engine when doing that, and it's the biggest one for overheating the engine. You know more than anybody else. Here, Dan, if people want to play with that engine setting, they're going to be in a tricky situation. I think it's still very much doable, especially for the likes of the Porsche is going to struggle massively. If they do not have that radiator set to 100% opening, they are going to struggle. Obviously, the way that the Porsche is designed is basically a Volkswagen Beetle, as my dad likes to call it. The engine is right in the rear, so where you see the rear wing, that is where the engine sits, and obviously there's no clean air. There's no air getting to the engine and keeping it cool. Normally it's relied on any like side winglets to keep it cool, and radiators trying to keep it in a lower temperature. So this circuit in particular is going to struggle. Meanwhile, on the other hand, you have got the Acoras and you've got the Audi, which are mid-engine. but there's still enough air for them to flow into the mid part of the car. So they're able to keep the engine cool, but it's still not enough. They're still going to overheat quite badly. One car that might not be able to worry about it too much is this car, the Ginetta, front-engined, and that's where the radiator at the front is going to be a lot more shut, and this is where Ukbar and DJ Phil can gain advantage from closing that. But again, with these hot temperatures here, it's very unlikely that they're going to have it closed very low. I'm reckoning between 50 to possibly 60% is what they're going to be looking at. The Porsches, though, 100% radiator wide open.
Wide open there then. 432 drivers' points left up for grabs this season and 752 constructors' points. No drivers yet eliminated, which you wouldn't expect being at the halfway mark of the season then. And we go into this one, Dan. Just before we head into qualifying, your tip for pole position?
I'm going to say Max for pole position, but I think race win, first win of the night, I reckon it's going to go the way of Rabbit Joe.
Interesting.
Kelly's at the wall.
Yeah, obviously testing that famous pit lane again, in which we saw yourself and Jamie have an incident with.
I think we should call it the big unorthodox entrance.
Yeah. It was big. Sorry, I was just typing out the names here for the chat to get their votes in on the poll.
Yeah, there's been quite a few moments here, and the famous one was the one where me and him came together and Andy went on and took a race win.
Andy took on the race win, yeah. You and Jamie at the pit stop, you and Jamie come together for Andy to win another moment. Pro-Am, I take you back to Pro-Am, I think it was the night race we did round Dubai. Fury could have broke the race record, and Argent, last lap, sent it up his inside on the penultimate corner, going on to the final lap of the race, and won the race from Fury. And it meant Fury had to wait an extra week to take the all-time record for wins in a season away from himself. And that, though, is practice done. I can imagine Fury wasn't a happy chap. Max then setting the pace at the moment in the 56.6s with, I think, a quali run. His race runs in the 57s. He's been telling us for a few days in the lobby, as I am pressing continue to race, and it isn't doing so at the minute, so we'll just give it a moment then. So Max from Rabbit Joe, Argent, Ukbar, KLF, DJ Phil, Leon Fernie, Welshie, and apologise to Welshie. I put him in his teammates livery for tonight, so I do apologise for that. Shane, Smithy, Bozzy Boy, Dean, and Bryn not setting a lap time, and it's not letting me continue, so we're just going to wait just a moment. Pace is great, tyres are a problem, says Max, and I can imagine that the tyres are a problem as well.
Just go slower. That's the only thing you can do. Just go slower. That's if I were to give any of these guys advice, that's the only thing that I would give, is just take it easier. Just instead of nailing every single lap, just go at it lap by lap and see what happens. As it sounds like a car is actually stuck in the pits. But I said earlier on, Matt, that I hate this circuit. I have to like it, actually, because this was where I actually got my very first championship, was at this circuit. Obviously going against Gary for season 3.
Yeah.
And obviously Gary not able to race at Dubai made me mathematically already champion by turning up for the first race. So Dubai has actually got a soft spot of me now. I'm just thinking about it. It's where I took my first championship at Simplay Motorsport.
I wonder if Kelly coming into pits has kind of glitched this out a little bit. I'm not too sure. Either way, it's still not letting me continue. So yeah, this is going really well once again then here. So we are just going to take...
I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything everything that drags me down. I need to focus everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to focus everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to focus everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to focus everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end, so I'm full speed ahead.
Into the 10-minute qualifying session we go. And we get ready to do the impossible here at Dubai. Dean Wasocki has that qualifying ban, as we mentioned. And Dan, qualifying about to begin here. Your tip for pole position once again for the viewers.
I believe Max is going to be on pole. After seeing the pace that he's been producing, I think pole position is his to lose, but we will see how he gets on. But Rabbit Joe will not be on pole as he's just disconnected, as has Ukbar as well. So these two obviously having some form of issues with their internet. But I think Max for pole. Mathew, yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to go Max for pole as well.
And I think, like I said, those two must be having issues with their internet. We know that Joe has obviously recently moved to uni, and obviously I don't believe his internet's the strongest. So we'll see how he gets on throughout the night, but hopefully he should be okay. If either of those two are listening, an internet test is always a good thing to do just before you come on. Tends to fix the problem sometimes.
It does. So at the minute, Dean Wysocki will be starting back off the grid due to his qualifying ban through his retirement last week. So he's got work to do there. But for... Sorry, just make sure everything was right there. Sorry, but for Rabbit Joe and Upball, we hope they can get in. So obviously this is the normal lobbies now, so they've got to make sure they are in before the session starts. Pit window is lap 4 in the race. And what we need to see now as well, Dan, is with it being normal stuff, normal lobbies, that drivers don't pit on the same lap. Obviously, this was an issue brought up last week with Max and Leon Fernie, so drivers can't pit on the same lap, just to remind the drivers out there.
Yeah, definitely so. The way the game works is that it just like if it was F1, if you were coming into the pits, then if your teammate is in the pit lane, and you can't come in either. Obviously, they can double stack in F1, but we don't allow the double stacking here. It is one car for a service at a time, and Joe's actually got a qualifying penalty. He's got one grid penalty for speeding in the pit lane, so he would definitely not be on pole position. Argent, I believe, is going to be the man who starts the laps here this evening.
Indeed he will. Sorry, I'm just making sure I've got my sim dashboard and everything loaded up, so I had to restart it due to the lobby being restarted. It was picking up the old lobby. Right then, away we go with qualifying. Oh, Joe's internet not looking great at the minute, and Upbar himself has had problems tonight as well. So that isn't good for them at the minute. Lobby issue, says Mike Matthews. Indeed, it is at the minute. But a good evening to everybody who is watching. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. So at the minute, Dean could be starting in 11th place. And this doesn't bode well for Upbar and Rabbit Joe. Like Dan says, maybe a speed test, maybe restart the PlayStation and get in as quick as possible into this one. Because obviously they will not want to miss race 1 and score little points, especially when Joe and Upmar both have a decent chance. But Argent here, Dan, he's been struggling all week to find time and things. He's been the man who said that, look, I've got to find more pace. He looked like he found more pace last night, and he's got to show that pace tonight.
Line.
Yeah, that's not the best line through there.
Line for the hairpin. I personally would have kept it much wider and kept it tight on exit so you open up the left-hander. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this Acura can put in a good lap time around here, looks after his tyres good, is able to be smooth and consistent. Missed the apex by a mile there, Argent, but nonetheless he's on a decent lap time here, and I think it will come to him. It's not all about lap times around here, it's all about how consistent you can be. He comes into the final sector now, and he will be the first man to set our lap time here. And again, Argent just seems to be allergic to apexes here in this lap.
Evening to Holty as well in the chat. PM Motorsport and Plava, Max Mulder, Welshie Kieran, and Lewis Fan 3, who we hope to see in the Discord as Argent round to the final corner. And he's going to be the first man to set a lap time. And what's his pace going to be as he comes down to post that lap time? It's a 58 dead. It's not a bad banker.
Not a bad banker at all, as DJ Phil comes up next with Bryn closely far behind him, as Bryn has a big moment in the final corner. Across the line, DJ Phil goes to minute 9. Bryn goes to minute 4. Shane now towards the line. He's next to take to the timesheets. He goes to 0.9 as well. So it's struggling here by the list of things for pace. Did hear another Acura. There it is.
Yeah, it looks like them Ferraris. We haven't spoke about the Ferraris tonight. They both do look like they are off the pace a little bit.
They do indeed, as Max goes top with 56.5. So that's a good lap time from him. Smithy goes line. He goes P6 and then gets demoted by Aussie Boy. He then goes into P6. Both of those guys a little bit off the pace at the minute. It is then KLF and Welshie coming up in, and Welshie in his correct livery now, so he won't be annoyed with you now. As Welshie now comes towards the line. P11 at the minute, currently crossing the line. What does that give him? P4, good lap time from him.
Very good lap time in the minute. Bryn currently down in 3rd place. As Upbar and Joe have joined, so they can both hopefully get back in. Kelly crossed the line, bit off the pace there. Leon Fernie as Max sets the 56.5. That is the benchmark to beat at the moment then in this Pro-Am session. What can his teammate Leon Fernie do as he comes to the line, goes into P3 down and puts himself ahead of Bryn at the moment?
Yeah, all these guys just seem to be. What I think could be happening here is they're giving themselves a warm-up lap. As Argent now comes into the middle sector, he's 7/10 up on his best, so he'll get a little bit closer to a Max, but they're looking like they're just easing the tyres into this, and now they're coming into their stride. As Argent are actually carrying a lot of fuel, he could probably find a bit more pace if he didn't have that much fuel on board. He goes into the final corner. Towards the line he comes. What can Argent do? 7/10 up in the middle sector. What's it now? Mine's 8/10.
Yep, so 6/10 off the back of Max Mulder with a 57.1 in this Acura. Dan, look at the fuel he's running. That surprises me that Argent's not got a bit lower fuel to maybe try and extract a bit more pace from the Acura. 3.5 minutes left this session, and Upbar and Joe are in just in time as, we lose Joe yet again. So I think that could be Joe done for race 1, and he'll have to try and come back in for race 2. We know he's been having problems all night with his internet in and out. Shane then improves by 7/10 to go P3, but 3.5 seconds off the pace. These Ferraris, Dan, don't exactly look the strongest out there tonight. Oakbar's now disconnected as well, so I think that could be race 1 that these two will have to miss. And as Buzzy Boy comes into this final corner again, another man running quite high fuel in the Acura here, gets it over the curb, doesn't take the track limits, down towards the start line. He goes, 2 seconds improvement. Buzzy Boy now goes into third. It's as if it's a top 2 out front, and then it's a battle for third place, it seems to be at the minute.
Yeah, definitely so. As I hear KLF just coming up in the background as well. She now comes to the line, and they're going to be struggling to get back into the session now if they get in. I think Rabbit Joe might be able to squeeze himself in if he doesn't have his internet issue. Welshie improves. Kelly, he was on a good lap. He goes P3 and drops Bozzy Boy down. So that's what Kelly was doing. He was giving himself a preparation lap. It seems to have worked.
It's a shame Dean's got a qualifying ban here, because we've seen a bit of Dean's pace throughout a couple of nights this week, and Dean Wysocki looks like he's had good race pace here. Shame he's got the qualifying ban, because it would have been interesting to see where he'd have been. He's always a decent qualifier, is Dean Wysocki. I don't think we're going to get Joe or Ukbar in, so hopefully they can sort it out for race 2. So only 11 drivers, which means the top 5 cannot qualify for race 2, provided all 11 start the race then, as Argent comes round these final couple of corners. And what can he do in this one? Car's more stable with a little more fuel, says PN. I completely agree with you, but the Acura, you'd maybe want to extract a bit less fuel than race fuel on Argent's car. And here comes down towards the line, Argy Bargy. Any improvement on his time at the minute? No, down on his lap time here. Bryn, currently 3.9 off the back of the pace of Max. What can he do?
Yeah, what can he do? He looked a bit sideways coming into the final sector there, as I don't think Joe or Ukbar are going to get in, sadly. So there's not much we can do unless we suddenly get a mass disconnection. There's not much we can do. Bryn improves and goes P5 as Buzzy Boy is now currently in his way through the final sector. As,
Max has gone even quicker. It's just come up on the bottom of my screen. A 56.3 now he's just done. So improving even more, and puts 2.5 seconds between himself and Kelly. Shane to the line. No improvement for him. I couldn't quite see. I think that's Smithy in the background. Just exits in the final corner of one of the two cars. It was with Bozzy Boy cleverly just picking up a cheeky slipstream that promotes him to P3 there, Dan.
It does indeed. KLF now in the final sector. He's had Welshie in front of him the entire time. Has he found a little bit more time? He's got 7 litres left on board. He is going for outright race speed here so that he can try and extract the best time he could possibly get. Very smooth on exit as well. Welshie a little bit loose on exit. Kelly, he finds a 10th and goes back in front of Bozzy Boy.
Yeah, well, she stays down in P8, and them two will be the last two to finish qualifying, because they are on their last laps here. Argy Bargy coming into the final. No, that's not Argent. So who's that in the final corner? That is Leon Fernie. Is he just going to squeeze one last lap out of this? Looking at his lap times on my timing screen, no improvement at the minute. A poor middle sector has cost Leon Fernie. He does just squeeze one lap in. So the first man to finish will be Argent. Green middle sector, no improvement in that first sector, Dan, which means for Argent so far a slight improvement. Maybe not now. A big wiggle there. And he's bailed to the pits. Next car on track is, I do believe, Bryn, then Max Mulder. So here comes Bryn up in Sector 1. No improvement Sector 2. And Bryn down in P5. Only needs to find 9/10 of a second to get himself ahead of Bozzy. Needs 1.1 seconds to get himself ahead of KLF. All the curb on the exit for Bryn there. Well within track limits. Now breaks into this final corner. Round Bryn goes. And can he put it any higher than 5th place at the moment for the team. Smithy's bailed to the pit, so he's done in 10th place. Bryn stays 5th place. Max Mulder bails to the pits, and I have to be honest, I think that, Dan, is probably pole position wrapped up for Max.
Yeah, unless somebody else has got something underneath their belt, maybe KLF or someone further back, maybe Shane. Maybe he's had a decent run, possibly not. He cross side, no improvement. DJ Phil out qualifies him. That Bozzy boy is currently on a lap. What's he going to do? Currently 4th. No improvement. It is just the 2 Porsche 911s left. KLF into the final sector, and he's pushed it to the limit there, and he goes very wide.
Green and green down on his sector times for KLF here, so shame that Bozzy Boy didn't improve there. This kind of gives Kelly the bit of comfort zone, because the next car to him is Welshie, who is some 2 seconds slower. Kelly to the line, improves himself anyway, so it's not going to be second place for Kelly. Welshie bails to the pit lane, and that then is all she wrote for qualifying. Short and sweet, and 11 cars on the grid, but it's Max from Argent with KLF and Liam on that second row of the grid. Third row will be Bryn and DJ Phil in 5th and 6th. 4th row of the grid will be Shane in 7th place and Leon Fernie down in 8th. Row 5 will see Welshie line up in 9th with Smithy P10, and on his own at the back, Dean Wysocki in 11th place. And Dan, your tip for the race win?
I'm going to go with Argent.
Okay.
I've been very rarely wrong this season. I got a feeling that Argent and that Acura, he's put some hard work in, he's put some good times in as well. I reckon Argent in the Acura.
Okay, right. I'm going to go Kelly.
Well, we know why I didn't pick Kelly though, didn't we?
Yeah, because you and him's got a little pact between yourself. One that's going to interest me is Dean Wysocki from the back of the pack. What can he do?
Yeah, definitely so. Watch out for Leon Fernie, possibly Shane as well. Could come through. Maybe didn't have overall qualifying pace, but if anything happens to the leaders, he could possibly come back and really interfere, possibly. There's all sorts of scenarios we could be looking at here, but it's going to be an interesting race nonetheless, and who's going to look after the tyres the best?
That is what we are going to wait and see. 15 laps around this Dubai Autodrome circuit. Halfway through the season nearly. Next week marks the halfway mark, and that is Sakito. And the man sitting P4 will have nightmares going... the man in P4 will have nightmares about Sakito going into next week based off what happened last season. But that will mark the halfway mark of this season 7. And Dan, what an opening after the season it's been. We've only had 5 race winners in the Pro-Am. Max has taken 3 of them wins. Shane's had 2, Dean's had 2, and Kelly's had the other 1 at the minute. It's really been anybody's game so far, hasn't it?
Yeah, definitely so. This season feels really, really long. I feel like we've done a whole season in this short amount of time, especially in the Pro. The amount of things that's been going on in there. But it's going to be an interesting lead to the end of this half of the season. It
is indeed. If the Porsche get 1 win, they get to their 50th. But the 3 red lights, it's green and go. It's a great start from KLF and Bozzy Boy on the second row of the grid, who have both got a great start over the pair on the front row. And Kelly leads already before turn 1. Bozzy Boy covers Argent off. He's already into 3rd place. Can he get it up the inside of Max? Into turn 1 they come. He's got to look up the inside of KLF. And all cautious, I think Phil has had a moment into the first corner. And it's pandemonium. That is Shane and Leon Fernie also round. Smithy and Max. No, that's he's had Argent and Max have both had to cut the chicane. And I said watch for Dean from the back of the pack. He's already running P5. He's cleared half the field already. Has Max just given him a tap there? I'm not sure, but Kelly leads from Bozzy Boy, from Bryn, from Smithy into P4.
Yeah, Dean's no rear wing. Dean, no rear wing. Maybe there was contact between him and Max, but he is now at the back of the pack. But Kelly, what a start from him with Liam right behind him as well. And I may have taught Dad a new trick about race starts, and I think he might have perfected it too. He has good starts anyway, but I think he's even perfected it even more now.
He's definitely perfected it in this one. Here comes Max Mulder on the back then of Smithy. This for P4 already in this race. Max to the outside of Smithy. Smithy's going to be up the inside of Max. Into the hairpin they come. Smithy brakes as late as he does. Gets it stopped and nearly ploughed into the back of Bryn. Now Max to the outside of Smithy once again here. And he's going to have to yield that place. Smithy just bounces off the curb. Pushes Max a little wide. Max within the track limits just manages to get the move done on Smithy. And now can start to head after Bryn, who's in third place at this moment.
Bryn is in third. Smithy has a big wiggle just in the background. Max is now going to hunt down Bryn as quickly as he possibly can, but already Smithy dropping down the order. Argent and Welshie has got back. Argent is still in this after not the best start that he could have asked for. He's still in this. He's just got to work his way through the pack. But the problem is, when you're in this situation and you've got to try not to drive the car too hard, especially at this part of the race, the tyres will be in a nice condition. You do not want to overheat them. And poor Dean, what can you ask for at the start of this race? And it's not gone his way.
The bonus for Dean is he can get in the pit straight away. You know, we know the rear wing off means it's 100% damage. Dean can get that pit stop done and out the way, and he can just go till the very end. Max looking up the inside of Bryn here, down in towards turn one. Who's going to be the best of the late breakers? What a camera angle this is. And Max backs out of that one on Bryn. There was a move happening in the background. That is Argent trying to go around the outside of Welshie, and can he make that one stick? He'll have the inside line for 2. Welshie will then be up the inside for 3, and look at how close that corner just drifts you wide. And Argent there manages to, Welshie there manages to hang on over Argent. These front two down 3 seconds up the road from Bryn, as Bryn's a little wide, and that allows Max up the inside, and that job done for Max on Bryn, and Bryn getting ever so close to the rear of Max. These two have history, let's not forget, but the drivers now out in front, Liam and Kelly driving steady, patient stuff at the moment, have Max hunting them down. Argent now starting to maybe just get a bit frustrated behind Welshie.
Possibly so. Bryn losing out big time there to Max. Max just managed to outsmart him into that sector, but he has said he's struggled with tyres here. As Dean is finally into the pits, gets that rear wing fixed, and off he goes again. But Kelly leads the way, and now Max can try and hunt the top 2.
They can hunt the top 2 indeed. What a start from the second row of Kelly and Liam, by the way, to be leading in second into the first corner of this race. A fantastic start from the pair of them. And Max now after the top 2. But like he says, that slide there, he's not going to help his tyres. Argy Bargy once again having a look to the outside of Welshie here. And he's going to try and go the long way around. And is Argy just getting a bit frustrated by this Porsche for P5 at the minute, because he's got good pace, but he cannot seem to find a way past. Shane down the pack, as we know as well. And as the leaders come towards the back end of the track, Dean could be a lap down, but it's not the end of the game for Dean, as Argent goes for a lunge, makes contact with Welshie. He spun himself around, and really that was desperation from Kieran Argent there, as DJ Phil turns in a little bit on Shane.
Yeah, it looks like Leon Fernie got involved in that as well, so really pushing too hard there was Argent. He looked to try and make a move on Welshie, get a little bit impatient, and allowed him to make a mistake there. It's KLF now losing time to Bozzy. Bozzy's actually picked up the pace here, and is now on the back of KLF. Can he find a way past and gain the race lead? That is the question. And how hard is Liam pushing on those tyres? As you can see just behind him in the background, Max, fastest man that last lap.
Yeah, fastest man that last lap, 2/10 quicker than Bozzy and nearly a second quicker than Kelly on that last lap. But like you say, it's nurturing these tyres, and Max has already made it clear that his tyres do go off, and it's very early down in the race that they start to really overheat.
Yeah, it is indeed, and we know what Kelly will be doing. He'll be nursing in those tyres. He'll be looking after his engine. Look at the run he gets out of that corner. Goes very wide, allows himself to get a good slingshot out. The Acura, not the strongest in a straight line. The Porsche, we arguably say, is the fastest car on this grid. Yeah. And it's just able to pull itself away from Bozzy, even though Bozzy is in the slipstream.
And the thing that Dean Wysocki didn't want was he's down at the back of the pack, a lap down on everybody, but his race, like we said, isn't over, because if he has the pace, he can unlap drivers. And for Dean Wysocki here, his race isn't done. And it's points, with drivers missing tonight, it is still points in this championship with drivers around you, Rabbit Joe and Monkey Boy especially missing. It's points you can gain over your rivals. Liam then now has Max trying to gain on the back of him, just over a second that gap is. Liam trying to stick with Kelly, that gap stays around the same as well. And back down the order, Argent's back behind Welshie, and DJ Phil, this is Shane we're on board with, who's behind Leon Fernie and Smithy, you see there just in front of you.
As you can see, those just bowing out for this final few places. Shane's probably carrying a little bit of damage from the contact that he had with Leon Fernie in the final sector. But as you can see here, Liam is able to just stick onto the back of Kelly. A couple of seasons ago, Liam was in the Pro, and in his Audi, he was very, very strong here. He had a great fight with myself.
Got a podium.
And now he's going up against Papa Davis. Can he manage to find his way through?
Was a 10th quicker again on the last lap, but Max Mulder 1.2 quicker than Liam, 1.3 quicker than Kelly. So Liam a bit quicker than Kelly, Max a lot quicker than the pair, and I think Liam carried more corner speed, manages to find a gap on the exit to turn 1, and I tell you what, that's a great opportunistic move from Liam. Saw the gap, went for it, on the curb, wiggle, holds it, loses back out to Kelly, so all that hard work undone.
Yeah, it was all undone. I don't understand why Liam was on that curb. He did not need to be there. And now he's going to try it down the inside of a corner. That's really not an overtaking opportunity and pushes Kelly wide here. A great view from Max. All he has to do is sit and watch these guys tangle with one another.
And then Liam kind of watching Kelly look on the last lap, saw our wider line. Oh, bit of a wiggle there from Max as he saw Liam and Kelly take the wide line and go. That's kind of helped Liam have the pressure took off of him, but great move from Liam, and then undone by touching the curb, the corner after. Either way, it's game back on between them two. The teammates there battling each other. There goes Liam into the hairpin corner with Max in the background. Bryn kind of in a world of his own at the moment. Dan sat in P4 off the back of the lead trio, but well ahead of the rest of the pack.
Or Liam at a moment. He just seems to be touching too many curbs right now. And like I said, Matt, Kelly's looking after his car. He's not touching the curbs. He's not making too many little wiggles or stressing the tyres whatsoever. On the other hand, these two are really starting to push their tyres. They're really starting to make it feel the strain. I mean, Max's time of 47.4, yeah, that's an extra fastest lap point, but to what cost? Is his tyres now overheating? Are they struggling? As you go into the final sector, he's all over the back of Bozzy Boy. Bozzy, I think, is struggling with those tyres now. I think he's starting to feel the effects of the tyres. End of lap 4. Kelly straight into the pits. No messing around from him at the end of lap 4. Get it stopped. Tricky pit entry, as you said in your video explanation, because it's downhill. Liam then now leads for the brief moment, and he's got to defend from Max, but obviously you don't want to defend too hard. That is, again, just putting more stress on the tyres. Bryn up into that 3rd place when he comes past Kelly, and I imagine Welsh will get past Kelly as well, but Kelly, having quick stops, may stay ahead of the likes of DJ Phil as Argent straight away comes in as well. He does indeed, and that's Leon Fernie, and I think he just missed the pit lane, but as we go back to the leaders, it's 2 tenths separating them, and Max has got a lot of work to do here to try and get past Bozzy, but while these two are too busy fighting one another, it's going to allow Kelly to kind of extend his gap. Kelly's Kelly, he's just come back out. And he's not had the best of pit stops here, Dan. A shame going up the inside of Stelfsloth. That is job done. That's Dean Wysocki a lap down on Kelly still then. So Dean might want to find his way through to be on the lead lap with KLF. But KLF, not the greatest of pit stops. I think, no, I think you're right. He has had a good stop. He's 24 seconds behind the leaders. So it's about 30 seconds of pit stop here. So Kelly still had a decent stop. I don't think he's had a bad stop. He knows what he's doing with his engine and how much damage to carry. So I don't think Kelly's had a bad stop. I just think these two are too busy fighting one another. Liam running wide and Max all over the shot as Kelly's already cleared Smithy. Yeah, Kelly's cleared Smithy. Smithy side by side with Dean Wysocki at the moment, and that is Dean unlapping himself from Smithy. So for Dean Wysocki, bit of bonuses there of I'm ahead of Smithy now. Smithy's still got to pit, and I can get this one done. Max does lead from Liam then, and Liam just has to be patient here. Does he think of maybe bringing it in the pits at the end of this lap? Think of undercutting Max, because obviously tyres crucial here. Max, you just see, Dan, very slidey as they come through into this braking zone. Liam then allowed to tuck up the inside, can't get the move done because Max has the inside for the next corner. And Bozzy Boy, this could be a great reaction to Kelly, but it also could be an interesting undercut on Max. Gets it slowed down well enough, and we've lost Dean Wysocki. We've lost Dean. Points gone, qualifying gone, and that's definitely a quit because he's left the session. So that's a shame for Dean leaving now. As I said, Liam is in the pits, but Kelly is already in the final sector. So this is what I mean. His pit stop wasn't that bad, and he's down the inside of Smithy again. So he's had a moment somewhere there possibly because he was ahead of Smithy. So yeah, I wonder what's happened there. Shane's in, Welsh in as well. That's not a bad stop from Bozzy Boy. He's away and he's quite close to the end of the pit lane here, Dan. Will Kelly, though, be past him? Shane and Smithy and DJ Phil are in as well, so they're all in for their pit stop. In fact, I think
Bozzy's out. Is he ahead? He's well ahead of Kelly here. So did Kelly have a moment? I wonder if you're right.
I think he's had a moment, yeah. I think he's had a spin or something. He's had a moment somewhere on track. Because, like I said, he was ahead of Smithy. And now he had to pass him again. And he's now behind Bozzy. So not the best stop there for Kelly at all. Well, a good start, but not a good outlap.
Yeah, not a good outlap at all. So Max and Bryn, the only two left to pit. And the bad thing for Dean is that's going to be another qualifying ban for next week. And that is now 2 retirements to his name, meaning that a third retirement, he'll lose 25 points. So Dean's championship is just going from bad to worse at this moment in time. Either way, Max Mulder out in clean air, good clean traffic in front of him. Liam has good clean traffic in front of him because Bryn is well up the road, and it's Kelly, the man that's now got to be the aggressor on Bozzy Boy. So Bozzy's undercut Kelly then. We think Kelly's made a mistake somewhere on these outlap. This is now where Kelly's tyres may start to take a battering because he's now got to attack Liam. Excuse me.
Yeah, he's in the dirty air now of Liam. So Liam's got to be clever here. He's got to look after his cars, got to look after his tyres so that Kelly doesn't get an advantage. But Kelly's bringing that gap down. I think it was 1.5 is when they came out the pits. It's already down to 0.6. So Liam already struggling with these tyres, but it seems that Bryn's hit the wall.
Yeah, I imagine we're going to see Bryn in now then, and indeed we do. He's had a moment there. What a shame for Bryn because it was just going quietly, nice and quiet for him, wasn't it, at the moment? So Bryn into the pits. That's going to cost him a few. And he's got a time penalty. So clearly not done the pit in and has got himself a 10-second time penalty. That could have ruined his race. Obviously, Dean will get to qualify for race 2 if he's back, as will the bottom 5. And Rabbit Joe and Ukbar, so there's a lot of people qualifying for Q2. There goes Bozzy Boy and Kelly. They're past. Argent now looking at a P4 to come through as well. And if you look at Kelly's last lap time, a 2-minute, Dan, and that's not his outlap. That just seems a little off the pace. Is that because he's stuck in the traffic of Liam at the moment?
Yeah, possibly so. As Max, on the other hand, is flying. Kelly having a little moment on the curb, by the way. Things doesn't want to be touching that curb too often.
I wondered why Liam had gapped him. I thought Liam had made a mistake, but it was obviously Kelly just touching the curb a little bit and getting out of it maybe. As Liam now then, Brent down in P6 just behind Welchie, but obviously has that 10-second penalty to his name, and it's his teammate now behind him by some 4 seconds. So has to clear his teammate, although team points, you're going to score the same thing no matter who the driver is in that position. But Max Mulder here, yet to pit, 30 seconds up the road from Liam. Liam's gave his tyres, Dan, a chance to cool down. Max hasn't here, and he's banging in 57s galore, and he's up on his Delta again. This has got to be hurting that Audi. We know Max already said he doesn't like the hard tyre. You can see the car's a bit squirrely on the rear end, and has got to be worrying about this.
Possibly so, but at the minute he is the fastest man on track. These two are too busy racing each other. Argent has worked himself up back into 4th place position after a poor start. So Argent working his way through the pack. He's some distance behind the guys in front. He's near enough 12 seconds behind these two. But anything happen between these two, he's in the box seat for a 2nd place.
Kind of gives you vibes of Andy versus you and Jamie, this, doesn't it?
Don't remind me.
That was Porsche versus Audi. The last time, like Dan said, Leo was here. He got himself a podium. I don't think Kelly's had any success here, if I'm correct, in the past. Just looking at the most successful drivers, Dubai. Kelly not actually on that list. So Kelly not really done anything here at Dubai before. So he would love to have something here today to remind him of that one, Dan. And at the minute, it is going a podium. I suppose it's still nice for Kelly. He'll gain on his teammate. This man Smithy down in 8th for DJ fell on the back of him, and Leon Fernie down in 10th place. Kelly now, the pace of that Porsche in the straight line. Liam looks to jink across. He does a little bit, and Kelly thought then better of it. And Kelly, I remember one season had a moment here with Liam's teammate into turn 1 off the start line when he was in his Renault.
Oh, you got a better memory of me then, because I don't remember anything like that. But Kelly, no, he's the thing about my dad though is what he's missed, especially in the pro, is actually being competitive in attacking. Yeah. And he's missed attacking drivers and wanting to overtake instead of defend. And right now he will be thriving on the idea of attacking Liam and trying to find a way past if he possibly can. We
made the joke, didn't we, at Catalunya when he was like, oh, you've come into Pro-Am to attack, and he spent most of that race defending from Max Mulder is here. Then is DJ Phil looking up the inside of Smithy, who's not commentating tomorrow. He's away in the caravan, so we'll miss tomorrow night, and Smithy gives Phil plenty of room and respect do believe it's possibly Bozzy in the box with Kelly tomorrow night, so them two won't want to make a ding-dong, otherwise they'll have something to talk about tomorrow night. But either way, they are just dropping into the 2-minute ones, 2 minutes, and letting Max pump in 57s after 57s, and Argent's a second quicker than them, so Argent at the minute can start to make inroads. But we're on lap 8 of 15, and Kelly, he doesn't seem to be attacking aggressively at the moment.
He's just picking his time. He's trying to make Bozzy make a mistake. He's jinking out left and right, trying to make him do something that he doesn't want him to do, as a DJ Field now definitely has Smithy in hand. But you see here, Kelly looking to the inside, Bozzy then goes to defend it, Kelly goes to the outside, tries to get a better traction. It's all well and good trying to send it down the inside, but you want to try and get the good exit, and Bozzy would have that if
this track,
send it down the inside.
This track as well is a lot of lefts and rights. So it's maybe the inside for the first part of the corner, Dan, maybe isn't the best way to go. Apart from this one, it's maybe not the best way to go, is it? Because it's a lot of left and right straight away. And you've got to think of the outside for the next corner. Kelly then trying to maybe put Liam off, and at the minute, not doing the job. And Liam, to be fair, having a good run so far. This man Argent can start to see them down the straight. Look, there they dip down the hill, as I think Kelly's pulled out on Liam once again, but has backed out of that maybe a little earlier on the brakes. Liam all over the curbs, and you saw him just get off the throttle there like mad. Kieran can start to see these two then, and he's starting to maybe look at these two as potentially getting them in this race.
Well, at the rate they're going, what is it? We got, what's that, six laps to go.
Yeah.
And he's lapping 2 seconds a lap faster than Kelly and Liam. So Kelly has a moment. Burning those tyres up. He's getting frustrated. He's getting annoyed now that he can't get past Liam. So we've got about, 5, maybe 6 laps left. 2 seconds a lap from Arjun. He'll be right on the back of these two by the end of the race if he keeps doing those lap times.
I think so as well. So let's see what what Argent can do then if he keeps doing these lap times in this race. Max Mulder still yet to pit, and there's no pit window in the Pro-Am, so he can go till the very end, and the very lap 14, let's not forget, before he pits, as he comes towards the end of this race. Bryn now just starting to close in on Welsh a little bit, a second quicker last lap. Don't forget, needs to be 10 seconds in front. He's up on his best lap time again here is Bryn, so just maybe starting to find a groove in that Ferrari, and he had a good race last week. Good podiums for the Super Crash Bros. Not the best of points at the minute, although with only 10 drivers, they are going to score some decent points nonetheless. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe, hit the bell to be notified. The pros go at this tomorrow night as Kelly there just comes off the brakes a little earlier than Bozzy. Just see him roll up a bit closer, but Bozzy at the minute just parking his car exactly where he needs to, Dan.
Yeah, he is at the minute, and Kelly doesn't seem to find an answer. He doesn't seem to have the drive that he wants. The Acura very good off the corners, and at the minute the Porsche just able to just be good on power. Kelly's really getting frustrated now. You can just tell the cars get a little bit more enthusiastic, and he's trying to find different opportunities to get past now these two. 2 minute middle again. Argent towards the line. What is this lap time? It's a 58.8. Wow. He is flying at the minute.
He's nearly taking 2 seconds. Nearly taking 2 seconds a lap out of these two then, Danis. Oh, Kelly. I want to be doing that much more this race, because that's straight across the curb there. And I tell you what, Dan, is the Porsche starting to struggle, because Bryn's cleared Welshie and has already nearly got a second gap to Welsh. He was nearly a second behind him last time we went on board these two. So is this Porsche just starting to come off the pace a little bit? We say that. Kelly right on the back of Bozzy. Is Bozzy just slowly taking his time? The word plateauing comes to mind here.
Yeah, he's really holding him up on the apex. Kelly got a great run out of the corner though, but he did lose time running wide. But he's in the slipstream, he's in the tow. The Porsche much better in a straight line than the Acura, so can he get to him down the inside of the hairpin? He's getting close, he's getting close. Liam goes to defend, and Kelly goes to the outside. And again, nowhere for Kelly to go through. He's right on the back of Liam, and there's no opportunity to go through.
And what a difference a week makes.
Definitely so.
You know what I mean? What a difference a week makes. Bryn then has Welshie now.
Maybe your endurance races actually smack some sense into Liam.
Learnt a bit of sensibility and patientness as Kelly right on the back of Liam now, but again he jinks to the right, jinks back to the left. Liam's going to come left for this little bend in a minute, so Kelly has to come back to the right because he knows he can't get the move done. Now comes up the inside. Liam just moves and Kelly taps the rear, and it happened at the same corner that Jamie and Dan made contact.
No, not the same.
Oh, was it not? Was it not? Apologies.
I don't know if Kelly's got damage there. He's running very wide. He's got a lot of damage. Yeah, he's struggling to turn in by the looks of things.
That's an interesting one, and that'll be one that I'm sure the stewards will want to take a look at a little later on. As Welshie's got back ahead of Bryn, and Bryn tries to go up the inside of Welshie, and decides to just straighten up at the last minute to make sure that he didn't make contact with the back of the green Porsche. Then, as Welshie, is he starting to struggle? We've not spoke about his Ferraris much and what they'll do around here. We spoke about the engines, obviously, in the Porsche, the Cora, the Audi, and the Ginetta. But these Ferraris, Dan, what do we think these can do around here?
Well, mid-engine, the problem is with the Ferrari, it seems to be a little bit down on power. So the back straights and the straight lines, it's a bit like the Acura in a sense. It's got a good chassis, it's got a good downforce setup, but other than that, it's not really got much more than that to it. It's going to struggle in a straight line to get alongside Welshie, but in the corners, it should be, if anything, equal with the Porsche. And as Bryn looks to the inside of turn 3, really not an overtaking opportunity, but he has a sniff of an opportunity.
Well, this might be where the Ferrari, like you just say, is just that bit better than the Porsche at the moment then. So Max now decides that he's going to pull the trigger. He's got a big enough of a gap. He's going to pull the trigger. The question is, Argent said last night, if you've got a big enough of a gap, would you risk the tyre change?
Speaking of Argent.
Well, he's caught up maybe because of Kelly and Liam's incident, let's not forget, but now he's within 5 seconds of Liam and a couple of seconds of Kelly. Does Max risk the tyre change? I wonder. I didn't know if that was a tyre change or if that was just... I think this is a long old pit stop. He's away now.
I think he's gone soft. You say he was obviously like in...
No, he's never done he's never done 11 laps on them softs. No way. Not at the pace he was doing.
Possibly not. I don't know. Possibly he was on the hards and then they just started to die towards the end. But these two having a cracking fight right now. It's a shame Bryn's got that penalty, because at this minute it would drop him between Shane and DJ Phil. But these two having a cracking fight right now, and Bozzy is losing time hand over fist, not just to Kelly, but also to Arjun. Another 59-2 to his name. He can see them ahead. Forget getting on the back of him by the end of the lap. He's going to be at the end of the race. He's going to be on the back of him, I reckon, by the end of lap 13.
I think you're potentially right here, and we've seen that Liam's been a tricky man to pass, and if Liam's been a tricky man to pass, we all know how difficult Kelly is to pass at some stages. Bryn then on the back now of Welshie, and down towards turn 1 they come. You just see that Porsche being able to pull a little bit from Bryn here. Excuse me, but Bryn has them Ferrari brakes, and Mike has always said you can brake a lot later in that Ferrari than other cars, and Bryn there proves why Mike says it, because a lot later on the brakes, didn't get the run out of turn 1 he wanted, but he's now ahead of Welshie and can start to maybe pull away and get that gap up. 3 people are watching on my personal stream. Thank you very much, but head over to the Simplay Motorsport channel where all the action is happening and all the graphics. Oh, Bryn! He's had a moment, he's gone around, and Welshie could not avoid and taps Bryn, and that kind of puts Bryn to bed. With DJ Phil does it. Does Bryn drop down the order once again behind DJ Phil because of that time penalty?
Possibly so. Bryn just pushing a little bit too hard in that first sector where the tyres will be screaming, and I think the tyres just went, nope, I can't handle this, and just went around. Bryn, though, is on the back of his teammate, and with that 10 seconds, he will drop behind DJ Phil. Leon Fernie's still quite a way away from him, so he should be all right there. But now Kelly's coming back at Liam again.
He is coming back
Max
at Liam.
Is struggling. He doesn't seem to be very fast.
I think that was his in-lap.
I know that was his outlap, but still, that's not a great lap time for
no.
He was 11 seconds when he came out the pits.
Liam's only 9 seconds behind him here, so does Max think I can put the softs on till the end?
Has he updated the pressures, though? When you come into the pits and change tyres, the pressures aren't in the right position. So is his pressures in the right place? That's the question.
Is his pressures in the right place? Did he put the softs on for his pressures to be in the right place? I wonder if he's fought 3 laps from the end, 4 laps from the end. I can put the soft tyre on and maybe get to that position. I wouldn't have thought so, but is that what he's thought maybe then, as Bryn now needs to get ahead of DJ Phil? We'll keep an eye on Max's pace. This will be his first lap out since his outlap. I mean, it looks grippier than before, but I can't imagine he has got that soft tyre on.
He's 4 tenths down on his best. But obviously, if he has put fresh tyres on, they're obviously going to take a while for it to get into the correct window. But either way, he's He's not as fast as I thought he was going to be, but he's currently a 10th down after the second sector. Sorry, we're coming to the end of the second sector now. That was Kelly who was a 10th down on his best, I believe. But he's now back on the rear wing of Liam, or just about. We're just waiting for Max to come into the final end of the sector to see if he's down or up. I think he still might be down. Half a second, so he's still pumping decent lap times, though.
Yeah, decent lap times. He's pulled the gap back out to Bozzy again. Look at Argent, 58.9. And Leah might need Argent on the back of Kelly here if he's to maybe keep hold of this podium. It's been a great drive from Liam and Kelly. The one bit of contact made coming into this corner here. And these three just evenly spread out at the moment. As Kelly maybe a little too deep there. We think he might have a bit of damage and is struggling with a bit of steering then. As he comes through on the back of Liam. Max a 58.2, so a little slower than normal. I wonder then, we'll have to keep an eye on Max's lap times. 2 laps he's only got left, let's not forget. So he's got a good gap at the moment.
There is an apex there, boys. All three of them missing the apex.
Yeah. But, yeah, I've heard of late apexing, but that was no apexing.
I think Kelly obviously will give him benefit of the doubt because we reckon he is carrying damage from the contact with Liam. But yeah, there was an apex there, boys, and neither one has done it. Kelly's last lap, 59.9, only a second faster than Argent, but Liam is the cork in the bottle here, and he's going to get caught up by these two. But Argent, though, very fast through Sector 1, though. He's right on the back of Kelly now.
DJ Phil's got Bryn, so has Bryn's damage just caught up to him a little bit. Bryn could lose out to Leon Fernie here, so Bryn looks like he's possibly had another moment somewhere. Now has Leon Fernie on the back of him, so Bryn's race one has gone from bad to worse. Not what he'd have wanted. This is what Liam wanted, though, Dan. Now, the leaders have caught Max by some 2 seconds here through that section onto the straight. Did Max have a wiggle through that first part? I tell you what, if he's gone soft tyres, them tyres are going to be absolutely screaming at him by the end of this race. The gaps aren't under, they've gained 2 seconds. I think Max has still got this in hand, unless he makes a big mistake. Argent, though, pressuring the back of Kelly. Kelly was once the aggressor, it was once the hunter, is now the hunted, should I say. And now has a chance of getting on the back of KLF to nick a podium away from Kelly as well.
But with the pace that Argent's doing, maybe is it worth Kelly for allowing him to let Argent go through, attack Liam, and then try and pick up the paces where those two end up fighting.
Yeah.
As Kelly is on the inside, he's trying to hold on to that podium position while he can. But if it was me, maybe send Argent to try and attack Bozzy and then try and catch the pair of them out while they're in mid-fight. Because at the minute, Bozzy is now pulling away. Max coming to the line. What was his lap time? 2:01.
Definitely made a mistake.
Moment.
Yeah, he's definitely had a mistake. I think he's
survived 1 lap.
I think he's put the soft tyres on, Dan. I think he's pitted for the softs, not till the end. And yeah, I think this is a tactic that says possibly it's going to. Max has got to have a disastrous last lap for this to help Liam out. But at the minute, it's going his way. Brynden needs to stay where he is to stay ahead of Smithy in this race, while Smithy's teammate is attacking the back of KLF, allowing Bozzy now 2 seconds up the road. And this then, Argent, look like he's had to get off the power as he gained so much time on KLF through there. He's had to get off the power, and now is looking to try and squeeze up the inside. Dan said this wasn't an overtaking move. Bozzy on Kelly, and now Argent sticks a nose up the inside, and oh, maybe he should have waited. Maybe he should have been more patient, excuse me, and Kelly left the door open, but Argent makes contact, and twice Argent then has tapped a car in this race and has gone round on his own. Max this lap, maybe just taking his time a little bit more. He's kept the gap the same to Liam, and yeah, Max is home and dry now. He just needs to get through the worst part of the circuit, which he already has done, and now Argent is trying to get back on the back of Kelly, but he's so good on the brakes there. Welshie has lost time to Shane here, so we'll keep an eye on that towards the end. But Max, once again, it's race 1 here at Simplay in Pro-Am, and who's on top of the podium? Who'd have thought it then? And with Dean and Joe and Uckball hopefully back in for the next race, he'll start a bit further down the pack than P10, but Max then is coming through the last couple of corners. Oh, is he? Hang on, he does! Just about. That's a heart-in-mouth moment if I've ever seen one. But once again here at Simplay Motorsport, Max Mulder. Oh, I tell you what, Dan, I think he's burnt his soft tyres out. I think he's put softs on. I really do, as Max Mulder.
I think he was trying to drift as Kelly's gone wide. Arjun's going to go down the inside. Bozzy's going to get second, but it's down to the final corner here. Kelly's on the outside. Arjun's going to go down the inside. Liam crosses the line for P2. It's Arjun versus Kelly, and it's going to go the way of Kelly.
I think Kelly's going to take that, but I'm sure we'll be seeing that one in the steward's room. Kelly third, Argent fourth. This battle then for P5, no penalty between this Ferrari and Porsche. Welshie will not be able to qualify if he finishes in this position. What a drive so far from him. Quiet night, but a good one nonetheless. And Shane will just want to maybe steal a few more points to catch up to Rabbit Joe and Monkey Boy in this championship. In fact, no, he's ahead of Rabbit Joe, sorry, to just be to catch up to Monkey Boy. I think, though, Welshie's going to hang on for that P5. It's going to take some disaster at the end to get that one done. And Welshie
managed... Can I just mention, Shane's managed to sort his fuel out to perfection, 0.8 as he crosses the line.
Wow. Shane then crosses line P6, Welshie P5. DJ Phil is going to be home and dry for P7. Leon Fernie, not the best outing for him down in P8. Bryn is just 10 seconds. Get on the power. Is that going to be 10 seconds to Smithy? I wonder. We'll wait and see. No, I think you might be right.
I don't think it's enough. Smithy was like 9.7 behind. Obviously, the time goes quicker because obviously Bryn's slowing down now. I think Smithy's just caught him.
And we don't know. We won't know until the very end. We'll keep our eye on the fastest lap, but we think that is Max Mulder. And Bryn just stayed ahead then of Smithy at the very end. Max Mulder, fastest lap of the race. We're going to be right back in just a moment's time. Do not go anywhere.
I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead. Fly from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead. Fly from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead. Fly from the end. So I'm full speed sun, staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been staring at the sun in my eyes. I've been keeping on the run every night. But you're too far away to see the signs. So I'm staring at the sun till I'm dry. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. Full speed ahead. I've been counting down the days to get out. I've been looking for a way from this town. And you're too far away to help me now. So I'm counting down the days to get out. 'Cause I need to learn to forget everything that drags me down. I need to forget everything inside me now. Full speed ahead, far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead. drags me down. I need to focus. Everything inside me now. Full speed ahead. Far from the end. So I'm full speed ahead.
Gentlemen, round 10 of the season, we are nearly at the halfway stage, and we have 2 of the 3 in for an interview. No Bozzy Boy. Hopefully he will join us after excuse me, after we speak to the third place man. But 405 drivers points left and 705 constructors points left. The tables look a little like this. Max Mulder leads the way by 54 points from your new second place man, KLF 900. Monkey Boy down in third, 5 points behind. Kelly Shane in fourth place. He's now 5 points behind Monkey Boy. Excuse me. Rabbit Joe, 5th place on 85. Dean Wasaki, 6th place on 76. Tied now with Argent. TJ Phil, 8th place on 70 with Leon Fernie on 55. Ukbar on 54. Bryn tied with him on 54. Also Smithy down on 52. Liam up ahead of Welsh and Stovsloff on 49 with Welsh on 48. Stovsloff 39 and Lucas Roth 15 points. And Audio Sports and 2 Old Pros have their deficit cut half. It's down to 10 points between them and the SRL racing team, but obviously one member not here tonight. Super Crash Bros are 75 points behind them. SFA Cora Racing are 115 points behind, with Wakasaki Racing 118. They've gone ahead of Terminal Velocity Racing, are on 124, 119 points behind the leaders. Simplay Racing, no points for them, and they've been caught by MC Motorsport, who bring up the rear. And we're joined by third place man KLF 900. Now, Kelly, you've moved up second in the championship, and a very hard-fought race in that one.
Yes, Matt, it's always good to be on the podium. I'm happy to be here, but really quite frustrated with the driving standards again tonight. I was on course to jump Liam in the pits, and I got crashed into at the back straight in the hairpin, pushed off, lost me 3 or 4 seconds, and so Liam got out in front of me. Some great racing from Liam, some of the best I've seen, right up until he moved on to braking. You know, I think there's plenty for the stewards to look at this evening. I know there's plenty of comments in the chat this evening, but to be quite honest, driving standards from many people.
Driving standards from many people then. You had a great battle, like you said, all the way through with Liam, and some of the best driving you've said from Liam. Then you get attacked from Argent and had to find yourself on the back foot at the end of the race.
Yeah, indeed. And again, as I said, I think there's plenty for the stewards to sort out. I went very wide in the last turn. I had a tap from Argent, sent me out right across the curbs. And yeah, you know, just yeah, you know, got beat up. Something rotten there.
Beat up something rotten, but a podium nonetheless. You've got to be happy with the podium. Obviously, decent pace out there. Just talk us through the launch you had, because obviously we mentioned it on the stream. The second row got a better launch than the first row.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to answer that, yeah, they're great to be on the podium. We'll see if I keep it. Yeah, great start. Me and Dan have been working on some start stuff anyway. My starts have always been good, but sharpened it up. And it's one of those, like, you know, you kind of start and the car in front of you gets very close very quick.
Yeah.
And I avoided round the back of Max. Found myself going side by side into turn 1 with Liam. And again, both gave each other space. And away we went. So yeah, fantastic first 4 laps.
How's the tyre wear around here?
Absolutely fine for me, mate.
And last of all then, well, that's good to hear. Last of all then, what can you do race 2?
I don't know, where am I starting? Mid-pack. To be quite honest, it's a complete lottery out there. Do you know what I mean? You may have all the pace and all the consistency in the world, but, you know, a couple of bits of bad driving and it's all over. So we'll see. I might be last, might be first.
Well, best of luck for the second race, Kelly. Hope to speak to you a little later on. And
congratulations to Max. He was uncatchable in that race.
And we go to Max. Excuse me. Go to Max now. No Buzzy Boy in the podium with us at the moment. And Max, a race there that was really, you got a bit had a bit of a bad start, should I say? Bit of a moment at turn 1 and 2. Then it just kind of fell into place for you.
Yeah, the start. I always have a bad start. I don't know why, but okay. And in turn 1, I got a little bit from behind, but yeah, that happens always. And yeah, the race was amazing.
Good pace from the Audi tonight in the 57s. It looks like it's good, solid pace. Talk us through the tyre wear for the Audi, because it looks like you had a few moments early on, a few sliding moments early on. Is the Audi struggling on its tyres at all?
A little bit. I have to say, the first laps, I think till lap 5, tires were shit, and after that was good until my pit stop. Then was shit again.
Apologies for any language there. Max, race 2, what can you do? You start 9th place, what can you do from there?
I hope I stay on 4 wheels.
Well, we wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
And Dan, your tip for this 2nd place pole position?
Ukbar, I reckon.
There we go then. Ukbar the tip for pole. It's currently
I don't know
Dean
why.
Wasocki at the moment.
I don't know why Phil's currently sat in the pits. Obviously, he finished 7th in that last race. He is able to qualify.
I don't know why
he's
Shane is. Isn't it top 5 that can't qualify?
Well, technically 12 entered.
No, it's starting the race though, isn't it? So whoever
That's
starts
right.
the
So
race.
5. So yeah, it was the top 5 then. So that would have been. Max, Kelly, Arjun, Bozzy.
Yeah, Welshie was the last. Welshie got
yeah.
5th place. Yeah, so Shane can qualify as well.
Maybe he's obviously he's got little ones. Maybe he's having to.
Yes, maybe he's
deal
got
with
some
them.
little
Maybe.
ones out. Smithy's back
Either
in the
one.
pits. Leon Fernie's back in the pits. DJ Phil can qualify. Shane can qualify. So let's see if they come out the pit lane then. As we head into the 2nd race, there goes Leon Fernie once again. Out to do yet another lap. Bozzy Boy looks like he's going to get the best of the qualifiers here, Dan, from race 1, because he's ahead of both DJ Phil and Shane.
Yeah, but let's be honest, you don't always want to be in the mid-pack. You are right in the middle of the firing line of absolutely anything and everything. As DJ Phil now comes out, Shane's still chilling in the pit lane. Maybe he doesn't want to come out. He's possibly doing a big boy brazier. Sometimes Jamie doesn't like to qualify. Sometimes he likes to just sit there and wait and see what happens. Again, there's pros and cons of starting at the back. Pros, obviously, you're not in the chaos. You're not in the you could just dictate how fast you want to go into turn 1, how much you want to get involved in that sense. But at the same time, if anything does go wrong, you are in that kind of squabble. You have to try and then work your way through. As the online PlayStation online championship dictates, whoever's the host tends to end up starting last. And so far this season, when we've been running in the pros, I've been last every single reverse grid. So
it's annoying, isn't it?
Not at Laguna. Laguna was on pole.
It's tactics. We like to call them tactics, Dan, don't we?
Yeah. You boys gave it a different word the other night, but we're glancing over that.
Tactics is what we like to use here. Either way, Shane is now out the pit lane, so Shane and Phil are on a lap. Was it tactics from Shane, I wonder?
You compared me to an Austrian team, let's just put it that way.
Moving swiftly on. Dean Wasocki is currently on provisional pole, just under half a second ahead of Ukbar. Hey, we've put it behind us. We've put it behind us.
I have actually got a question, actually, as we're talking about, let's talk about the Dakota, America, and I vaguely remember, I think, was it you who said that? Joe Biden talked about Volvo.
So for those, I said last night. So for those who don't know, Joe Biden did a speech at a Volvo factory in, I can't remember what state, and he was saying how that isn't it proud to be a made in America. Volvos are made in America. Well, I always thought Volvos were Swedish, and that's why Rickard Rydell in the touring car drove them, because he's a Swedish driver. Dan, back to what you were saying.
I was just about to say it's Swedish. I was telling my work colleague about it today, and it just blows your mind, doesn't it? Volvo has been known as a Swedish car manufacturer for years.
And the best thing is,
supercars as well.
This guy is the leader of a country. Either way, Ukbar's not going to be taking pole position because he's done in qualifying. He will not be doing any more. DJ Phil and Shane get one lap to do something in this race, and DJ Phil has just started that one lap. Bozzy Boy currently 6th. Shane, is Shane still on an outlap here, in fact? He should get to the end.
Yeah, you'll make it easy. There's 30 seconds to go, but he has just got this one lap to do it. So what can Shane do? Dean, on the other hand, is currently on track. He will be currently on pole position, but I think any man's going to take pole position away from him, it's possibly going to be this man.
Possibly going to be that man. Bryn Slout on track, as is Leon Fernie. So the next man to cross the line will be the first man to finish qualifying. Leon Fernie, was that him? I don't know if that was his or Bryn's that was half a second down nearly on his time. Smithy
Leon
Dunn.
Fernie is in the final sector now.
Yeah, he's in the middle sector, sorry.
Sorry, yeah, that one.
So we'll see what Leon Fernie can do. So at the moment, Porsche still needs that one win to get to its 50th, and we've got a lovely poster waiting to show you. We wanted to show you last week. We couldn't. We hopefully going to show you this week. There's only 2 Porsches out there, not the 6 that there normally is. And Kelly flying on the flag for Porsche.
As Welshie.
Max, yeah, sorry, I'm Welshie. I did do some working outs the other day. Audi can get to its 50th race win. And Jamie says, not in the Pro. And I went, no, but you're forgetting Max is in the Pro-Am. And I went, oh yeah, fair enough.
I mean, if actually me and Jamie work together and to stop Overtaker winning, then we might be able to. As Leon Fernie is so close there to Ukbar, he's going to lose out. Ukbar won't get a lap time in. He's gone out on track, but he ain't going to get a lap time in. DJ Phil, his one and only lap, where's the put him 5th? We now wait for Shane and Dean.
Yeah, so Shane and Dean. Dean can improve his lap time. Dean's the next driver to finish his lap. I thought he was losing the car there, but I forget that the track jinks left and comes back right. And
I think he was loose there. I think
it was very loose. It wasn't the quickest way through that section of the track. But Dean, he loves a Q2 pole position, doesn't he? And it looks like he's going to do it once again. He's kind of the Q2 master at the moment. And Dean Wasocki crosses the line. Any improvement on his time? He does improve. Half a second. Shane, you need a 1:58, 1:43 minimum to take pole position away from Dean Wasocki then. Here comes Shane to the line now. We're about to end qualifying. Shane will be at least P7, goes P6. So Smithy will start in 7th place. Shane will start P6. DJ Phil 5th in that qualifying session with Bryn in P4. Leon Fernie P3, Ukbar P2. And Dean Wasocki, once again, the man on pole, his 2nd pole position of the season. There's non-qualifiers then. Bozzy Boy 8th, Max Mulder 9th, KLF 10th, Argent 11th from Welshie bringing up the rear. Dan, race 2 tip for the win.
I just want to make a comment. I know Mike's going to enjoy this one, but Dean and Mike seems to be specialists when it comes to race 2 qualifications, always putting it on pole positions. Dean in the Pro-Am and Mike in the Pro.
I'm sure Mike would like to agree with you on that one, but because of tactics, couldn't do it last week.
I think he
got your back, Michael. I've got your back.
I think he would have loved to have taken pole position at the track that he selected. But anyway,
wasn't allowed to qualify because of tactics. And for those who can't see me, air quotations are coming out here based off of last week. You missed a lot that happened behind the scenes last week. Either way, Dean Wasocki now. He's as good as Peaceful Explosion. He's as good as Rabbit Joe. He's as good as the Overtaker because that is 10 pole positions to his name. Get a feeling Overtaker's probably going to get one tomorrow night. But either way, Dean at the minute is on 10 pole positions with them 3. What was that noise?
To be fair, this is one track that I think all of us are actually very, very close.
Myself, yourself, Richie, Overtaker, Jamie.
I think is the one with the overall pace at the minute. But either way, we're going to go back to this. And I think the man who's going to take the win is this man. I'm not going to say his name, but I think I feel like
I was editing the highlights last week. You've just kind of done what your dad reminded me of last week. I was doing the Pro highlights yesterday, and I'm flicking through them. And your dad went. You and Gary was on the front row, because of tactics. And your dad went, I think someone on the front row is going to win. And Smithy went, Gary, not a chance. He's no good anymore. I want to say that because of your dad's little bet, that when he says a driver on the front row is going to win, he was hinting at you, but didn't want to say you.
Oh, yeah, of course he was hinting at me. Of course he was.
Either way, we are synced up and ready to go. I'm going to go Dean. I think Dean could go this one. So we'll wait and see then. 3 red lights. It's green and go for round 10. Kelly has an immense start from the back of the pack. Dean Wasocki, a great start to the front as well. Did Kelly jump it? That's the question, because he has jumped so many cars. That is an absolute monstrous start from Kelly then. And down towards turn 1. Dean from Bryn on the inside into this race lead. Dean from Bryn from Ukbar from Leon Fernie. Kelly already 5th, and Dean holds off against his former teammate. Leon and Kelly come bumper to bumper, and Kelly already ahead of Liam. Their battle's now going to resume from race 1 as well.
What have I done? What have I taught Kelly here? Because so far it's been absolutely lethal. He's managed to nail it unless he's got a drive through. I really hope he hasn't, because that was the start of a lifetime.
Oh no! got very loose, very hot into the corner. Well, she nearly followed him, and that then has put him on the back foot. Now, is that Smithy having a look up the inside? It is. Smithy now gets himself ahead of Kelly. Shane trying to get through, but he's getting a bit caught out here. Max has made no progress. He's down in 10th. He's well off the track. He's going to have to yield that place back to DJ Phil, as he was well off the track there. I don't think he has. And Dean now leads over Bryn at the middle set, going into the middle part of this lap.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, who's
They've
that?
come together. That's Welshie, Argent, and Shane. All of them come together. And you can see there, Argent's not in any mood to want to move, and Welshie just barges him way through. But Dean leads the way with Bryn and Ugbar just losing one place now to Bryn. But that Bozzy boy up in the P4, Leon Fernie P5, and Kelly in P6. Max is now P7 after that, Smithy P8, P9, DJ Phil. Shane is P10, and Welshie is P11. 12th is Argent. If they've got major damage, they can come into the pits, but they will have to prove that they have significant damage.
Oh, Dean's got a little loose, and Dean's round. He's in the wall. Bryn now leads, and Dean, you do not want to overeat them tyres. He's got to keep still as this driver's coming. Tries to reverse it back so he can swing it round. Taps the wall again, and it has gone from bad to worse. And you have to say that it is race over for Dean there. It's about scoring as many points as you can. I tell you, one man who's on the move, Kelly, in the pits. I think he jumped the start, Dan.
I think he's just timed out that a little bit too late. Yeah, I think he's jumped the start there.
Ukbar up the back of Bryn, just taps the back of Bryn, gets Ukbar into a slide. Liam has to yield there to give way to make sure he doesn't make contact with Ukbar, and Ukbar trying to go hot and heavy into turn 1. Max now P5. He's been gifted this P5 in this race at the minute, Dan.
Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, Shane, Welshie, and Argent, obviously, their damage is not enough to come into the pits. They have to keep
Oh, who's
going.
that? I think Liam's... No, someone was round at turn... What is Dean? He has got bad damage. No points in 4 races. Needs to get to the end of this. Sorry, he's got 1 point. He got a Q2 pole last week. He's got a Q2 pole this week. Needs to get to the end. If he's got significant damage, he can pit. He's just got to prove it to us.
Bozzy, that was very wide. Very, very wide. You can get away with that so many times. As I vaguely remember, Jamie was definitely on my behind on track limits last season. Me and Jamie just don't get on at this track. Jamie, if you are listening and you are watching, just be aware.
Do you know the best thing about it? Jamie makes his 100th appearance tomorrow night.
Yeah, I made my 150th, and look how that one turned out.
Jamie makes his 100th appearance at a track where him and Dan had so many ding-dongs, and they're both running similar paces. Bryn then, a bit slidey. Ukbar trying to get there on the brakes, and Liam at the minute is just ahead of Leon Fernie and just doing a good enough job. He's got a couple of seconds to Max's. This is Smithy round the outside of DJ Phil, or more like DJ Phil up the inside of Smithy, but Smithy on the power before Phil, and away goes Smithy as Ukbar now is trying to attack Bryn while defend from Liam at the moment.
Right in a minute, Bryn's found himself in a very good position at the minute. He's currently leading the way. He's got Ukbar just behind him, and that Bozzy boy currently in 3rd. Leon Fernie's in a good position. Needs to. It's just watching the leaders at the minute and just picking them off one by one. Smithy's having a fantastic race with all the incidents that's been going on.
Yep, don't forget Shane, Argent, Welshie, Dean, and Kelly have all been in the wars, so to speak. Kelly's not been in the wars physically. He's just been in the wars by getting himself a drive-through penalty. Shane in the pits. That is a lap early. And who was that around?
That was Dean.
Dean round. So Shane will have to prove his footage.
DJ Phil's very slow for some reason. We're not sure why. Maybe he's had a spin in the final corner. That's why I allowed these two to get very close. As I think Argent is just going to hang on to that position. As I saw the times coming down through the leaders, just switched to them as well. She goes back down the inside of Argent. They're going to stay side by side for a while, though.
See, if Dean's struggling here and has bad damage, why doesn't, and it's significant, why doesn't he just bring it in the pits? Either way, he's struggling in this race. My race tip was quick in testing, but testing is one thing, doing it on the night is another. Bryn just ahead of Ukbar, then Ukbar in that slipstream Bozzy boy, all the top 3 within a second of each other, and every time we've seen Max try and pass Leon for a lap, it's not gone well as Bozzy goes a little deep, a bit of a tap from Ukbar and Liam. That brings Leon and Max into the equation now then, but Liam threw up into P2.
Yeah, he certainly down the inside and only just got to start. Ukbar trying to go for the switch and didn't quite get the job done. Now Ukbar just missed his break in. That's going to allow Leon and Max gets caught up in that.
And Ukbar went deep, Leon went deep as well and tapped the rear of Ukbar, which kind of turned Ukbar into Max. And Max has gone round. That is a lifeline then for the leaders, you have to say.
I would say Leon has just made a mistake that's caused his teammate to lose out big time. Phil, on the other hand, is being hunted down by these two who are carrying damage as well.
They've
so
got big
Phil
damage.
really struggling at this minute. Maybe he got the wrong tyres on. That's a possibility. As now Bryn leads the race and he's got a comfortable gap to Liam at the minute. But Liam will want to bring those lap times down as quickly as he possibly can.
Yeah, Bryn gained 9/10 of a second there over Liam in this race and has managed to just gap him a little bit. That might be what Liam lost from making contact with Ukbar then at the hairpin. Either way, like you say, DJ Phil just struggling for pace out there so far, and he's being caught by the two behind him. Argent actually 6/10 of a second quicker on the last lap. This man, drive-through penalty, he's not got damage, but his race 2 has kind of been ruined because of that drive-through then, Dan, and he's got a lot of work to do in this race.
Yeah, he definitely has indeed. The thing I told him was just to be a bit safe on that thing, just to make sure that you didn't mess it up, and I think he's just thinking he could have gone a little bit more aggressive, and it's bit him in the bum. But nonetheless, Kelly has got a lot of work to do, but he's still in this really. He's only 23 seconds behind. Anything can still happen. We're only lap 4 and the tyres will just get hotter and hotter. Leon Fernie is now on the back of Ukbar, and Ukbar really has lost touch with the top 2. And it's been a while since we've spoken to Ukbar on the podium. I don't know when the last time it was. Been a while. I think last season he hasn't been on the podium.
Definitely, no, he's not been on the podium this season, and obviously we're into round 10. And I can't remember. I can't for love nor money think of when it was last season. Either way, then we're at the end. We're on lap 4, so the drivers can pit this time around. Then, so the drivers are free to pit this time and can do so as they please. Argent gaining on the back of Phil, and I imagine we're going to see Argent Welshie and Dean Wysocki. I think we're probably going to see Kelly in as well.
Yeah, possibly so. As I see there, Leon Funny goes a little bit deep into the final sector and allowing Ukbar just to keep a little bit further away from him. But Phil, what's he going to do? He's caught onto the back of Smithy now.
That was close.
He's really teasing that car, isn't he? He's really hanging it loose, which is making me feel a little bit uneasy for
This
tomorrow.
is interesting for now, Dan, because Max has got the dirty air of 2 cars in front of him. This could be interesting in terms of track limits at the moment. And, yeah, it could be an interesting one to do. As Argent, look, first man into the pits at the end of lap 4. Welshie follows him in as well. So that is good stuff from him.
As is Kelly, he's in
as
also.
As is KLF. So. And I imagine we're going to get Dean Wysocki into the pits. Shane pitted. And Dean does dive in. Look, yes, that's probably the earliest pit stop Dean's done.
Well, that's because he's carrying damage. Meanwhile, Bozzy is right on the rear wing of Bryn. Ukbar's lost a little bit more time to these two. He's too busy having his fight with Leon. Well, they got Max breathing down his neck at the same time. As Max looking to try and find a way past his teammate. As he looks down the inside, Leon stays wide and he's going to allow Max to go down the inside. As I think they're still side by side. Yeah, they are. So
Leon got the better run on the exit to the corner, Dan. Leon got the better run. Argent's out, Kelly's out, Welshie's out. Dean's still stationary. His night goes from bad to worse. Can he get it out close to the back of Shane? Bozzy looks up the inside. Did Bryn go a little deep there, and Bozzy then through on Bryn and in the lead of this race at the moment.
He is through, and Liam now leads this race with Ukbar hoping that these two will try and trip over each other because he's pulling the 2 Audis with him and he's not really losing too much time. Bryn, meanwhile, on the other hand, is trying to find a way back past Bozzy.
Is he going to look up the inside into this corner? No, Bryn can't get it done on the brakes, and into the turn they go. And a tight line there. Bryn keeps it very tight, look, and that's the effect it's had on the exit. Liam just a little wider at that corner, and that's kind of the effects that it has. Max trying to undercut on Ukbar there. Has to get out of that one. Is Max going to dive into the pits? No, but Liam, Bryn and Ukbar do.
They do indeed. Now the question is, Argent was in the pits. He's come out ahead of Kelly, Welshie and Shane. The question is, where is Argent going to come out with this? How far back is he going to be from the leading group of pitters? That's the question as it is now. Teammate 1-2 leading the way.
It is indeed. Smithy's in the pits as well, so the majority of the field have pitted then. and Liam is already on his way out the pit. So it's a good stop from Bozzy Boy. He's already on his way out. He's jumped Ukbar. Bryn then, I imagine, should be the second car to come out of the pits. Has he got ahead of Ukbar? Yes, he has. That gap, Liam to Bryn, though, is a bit bigger. So a good stop from Liam has moved that gap to be a bit bigger. Smithy on his way out as well. Where's Argy Bargy? Not yet at the final corner, and is already going to fall behind, and he's got to catch his teammate Smithy, who is just coming off the limiter now. There we go, Smith, full throttle, and away he goes. Argent not close enough to his teammate yet, so that damage has just hurt him a little bit, and has just put him on the back foot.
Yeah, definitely so. It's actually helped out Smithy quite a lot, that has. Obviously, he's still got the top 3 to pit yet, but he's in the net 6th place at the minute. But DJ Phil's still yet to pit. He's currently off on his lap time in a minute. But Max, he's got clean air now. And what happens when Max gets clean air? He tends to pull away. But that's the strike for track limits there. 2 wheels on the curb, and he was not on that curb.
I think, in all fairness, Dan, that's 2 strikes for track limits. I'm sure I saw him pass DJ Phil in the opening lap off of track. So, yeah, either way, that's 1 strike for Max for track limits. And we're going to have to keep an eye on that one, obviously, through the night then, with all the drivers. DJ Phil yet to pit. So it'll be interesting to see where he pits in relation to Argent when he comes out the pit lane. Liam's gapped Bryn an almighty amount of time out through that pit stop.
Yeah, definitely so. Bryn possibly had a little bit of damage maybe that he had to repair. Maybe the cheap pit stop didn't quite work. Meanwhile, Kelly in the background is looking to try and catch Argent and Smithy.
Thought he was going to plough through Smithy there into the hairpin corner.
A lot of different speed advantage between these two. Argent obviously carrying a lot more pace at the minute. But meanwhile, behind him,
switcheroo.
Kelly wants to come. Oh, he goes right around the outside.
Yeah, I think Smithy braked a little early there to let Argent have the corner. Then the old switcheroo's happened, and the top 3 stay out on track. DJ Phil pumps in his best lap time. Liam then can see DJ Phil. 7 seconds is that gap. Liam obviously pitted. The others haven't. We think it's about 30 seconds for a pit stop. Liam 23 behind Max. Can't remember what the gap was to Max before the pit stop. So either way, Liam on for a double podium possibly here. Can he get himself though ahead of Max in the pit stops? What can Max do now? He's got clear air in front of him, back in 10.57s. If it's closer to Liam, you feel that Liam and Max could have a good scrap to the end of this race. Kelly now has got to get as close to Smithy as possible.
Yeah, he needs to start picking off people lap by lap. 59.3. Kelly, other than he was quicker than Argent, so he is on the pace. Fastest man that last lap was Max. Clear out, and he's on his own. Doesn't need to take much from Max on his own.
No, it looked like he ran a little deep into the hairpin there, and Max, we saw him in the first race a bit squirrely on his tyres. He's got to make sure he keeps that one at bay. And obviously, on the 1 strike for track limits, as they come round the middle sector then, and to finish the middle sector. But when do these 2 pits? Obviously, teammates can't pit on the same laps. They've got to think about a pit strategy soon. Lap 7 of 15 at the minute. Kelly has got past Smithy. And Smithy's next man will be his old rival, Welchie. Here he is. Shane down in 11th. Dean down in 12th. Dean's pace a bit quicker than Shane's at the minute. Can Dean get close to Shane in this one as Max carries on his way? What about Leon Fernie? He does as well. The next man who's not pitted is DJ Phil. Will he decide to come into the pits? Because Liam has that gap down to 6.6 already. And Argent's charging in the 59s. Phil only in the 201s. So Phil needs as good a stop as possible, but he's going to carry on his way.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's the best idea. Obviously, the longer they go on, the more the tyres are going to get stressed. At least when they're in the pits, they have a cool-down moment. I think in the pros, you'll see a lot of the drivers try and pit around the halfway mark, which is roughly now 7.5 is half of 15. Yeah, my maths had to. You know when you have like
I did the exact
fart?
same thing last night, mate, with the 7.5 thing. Don't worry.
You have a brain fart just then, and my brain just kind of went, "Are you sure?" But,
mate,
yeah.
I was sat chatting with Argent, and I said 7.5 is the halfway mark, and then like for 30 seconds or so, I'm sat there thinking, "Is it 7.5?" And then you kind of do 7 7s, 14, 8 8, 16. So yeah, it's got to be 7.5, surely. And then my answer was 7 point something anyway. So,
anyway.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Top 3 still not pitted. Bozzy Boy within 4 seconds of DJ Phil now. Bryn some 6 seconds behind Bozzy. Ukbar 5 seconds behind Bryn. And Argent 9 seconds behind Ukbar. But the battle really for the pit stops is Max and Leon to Liam and Bryn, and DJ Phil to Argent.
Yeah, I think DJ Phil might get caught by Argent. Argent's putting in some decent lap times compared to Phil. I say that, he's only half a second faster than Phil. Really, Argent needs to turn up a little bit to definitely make sure he does clear him. But meanwhile, two teammates, when do they pit? So Max is currently, he's going to go as long as he dares like he did last time. He's got clean air, he's got no one around him. If he pitted now, I reckon he'd be close to Bozzy.
I reckon he'd split Bryn and Bozzy. I think he's just ahead of Bryn at the moment, just behind Bozzy by a second or two, I think. I think Bozzy and Bryn both get Leon done, and Leon comes out by Ukbar. I think for Phil, I think he's going to come out behind KLF at the moment, around Smithy.
Yeah, definitely so. He's losing time hand over fist to the rest of the guys behind him. If he comes in now, which he's going to do, to the pits. So where's that going to drop him into the pits? He comes in, make sure he gets it stopped. And Liam carries on through. Where is Kelly? He is in the middle sector, going into the final sector.
Dean matching the pace, in fact, was quicker than Ukbar on the last lap. Dean, the third fastest man out there on track. What a shame he's had a bad race, because he's got the pace then, and is currently 18 seconds off the back of Shane's. Can Dean get on the back of Shane by the end of this one for a few more points? Phil leaves the pits now. Argent's only at the last corner. I think Argent should get him, because Phil's still not near that pit limiter.
I don't know. He's getting closer. Argent pumps in his bestest lap time, but Phil can release it now.
Argent's through. Argent's through, yeah. Argent's through.
Just though.
Phil comes out between Argent and Kelly.
If it wasn't for that lap time, I don't think he would have. And Kelly obviously doing a 59 as well. So Phil has got Kelly coming to breathe down his neck, and Phil's actually too far behind the back of Argent. So if Argent makes a mistake, he is there. But Liam, he's in a comfortable position to possibly get another second place. But at the minute, Max is doing everything he needs to do. 7-8 is his last lap, and comfortably much faster than his teammate Leon.
It said he was a second down though, Dan, coming through that middle sector. So down in the 58s at the minute. Obviously, it still seems quicker than Liam can do at the moment. But like you say, Liam comfortable for at least another second place. Leon, for me, is going to come out around Ukbar. I think Bryn might jump Leon at the moment, and they might come out in the Ukbar. He's going to jump Bryn now. He's going to jump Bryn now. Bryn's made a mistake, and Ukbar gets through. And Leon's in at the end of lap 9, so Leon pulls the trigger for the team. Max clearly says that you can go first, buddy. And Leon in then.
There's a strike there for Phil, running wide. It's just gone a little bit wider through that sector there. It goes right over the curb.
Obviously, track limit's the big one to watch tonight. Like Dan said earlier, Jamie was taking pictures near enough, wasn't he, while he was driving, it seemed to be, of Dan taking track limits, because he put multiple in. And Max now a 58.7 to Liam's 2-minute 0.7. Good stop, Leon Fernie, that looks. You know it's a good stop when the lollipop man hasn't even lifted the lollipop. And I said he was going to come out around Ukbar. He's going to absolutely clear Ukbar. It was that good a stop.
He's now coming to the cones off the pit limiter. He goes. There is Ukbar. He hasn't cleared him massively, so Ukbar can hunt Leon down. And Leon's last lap times weren't spectacular.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. So Ukbar could catch him and get him on the podium.
Dean pulling Shane in as well, just looking at M2's last lap times. Dean some 4 seconds quicker and is 13 seconds behind Shane. Shane's got a bit of a battered car there, so Shane not having the best of nights. Not the best of times for Shane tonight. Obviously, clearly that Ferrari not agreeing the best with Dubai, although Bryn's had 2 decent results. Has had a better second race than race 1 as well. He's not got the time penalty and is currently running P5. Just ahead of Argent. Now can Ukbar hunt down Leon Fernie. Max to Bozzy, 29.6 seconds. So Liam needs to walk that pace if he's to get that race win.
Yeah, I don't think he will. I think that's enough for Max, really, to come in the pits and get back out on track quite comfortably. He's now into the final sector, lap 10 of 15, and sounds like he is coming in. And in comes Max. Meanwhile, Ukbar is on the back of Leon. Leon runs a bit wide.
This for Max, Dan, when Monkey Boy's missing, his biggest rival's missing this season at the moment, could take maximum points. That is a good way to do it.
Yeah, definitely so. And he'll get his ticket back up into the Pro once again as he comes to a stop. How quick is this stop going to be?
Again, it's not lightning fast.
Yeah, and like it's quite comfortably. ahead of Bozzy.
Yeah, it wasn't lightning fast, was it? But like you say, he's quite comfortably ahead of Bozzy. But don't forget, after Max pitted, he seemed to make a few mistakes in the first race. So will that happen again? Ukbar getting closer to the back of Leon Fernie then, as Argent trying to gain on the back of Bryn as well. The timing screens have all gone doolally because of the fact Max comes out of the pit, so that will sort themselves out in just a moment's time. But yes, right then, Liam is close to the back of Max within a second, so was touch and go any longer in the pits, and you know, Liam would have had Max done there.
Yeah, I think, like I said, he just had enough in hand there. Did, as we see here, Welshie and Smithy are going at it. A flash of lights from Welshie.
Yeah, did Smithy make a mistake? He looked like he was rejoining as we come on.
Possibly so.
Either way, Welshie's now up into P9. Dean to Shane. That gap's not changed that much as Ukbar. Look at the difference in the speed he can take through this section of the track now. Max started to struggle after his pit stop in race one. Yeah, 59.8 is impressive. Bryn in the 59s as well, so trying to keep ahead of Ukbar, Argent, sorry. Kelly's now within 2 seconds of DJ Phil, so we'll see if Kelly can score some more points. And at the minute, Bozzy Boy within a second of Max puts the pressure on Max. We've seen how Max, when he's under the pressure after his pit stops, Dean's done it twice this year, Oscherslaben and Kota, you put the pressure on Max and he starts to crumble a little bit. Liam needs to now apply that pressure to really get close to Max. Leon Fernie, very, very wide. And Ukbar now senses an opportunity then, Dan.
Yeah, definitely so. Leon defends the inside though. Ukbar thinks there's enough of a space. He gets down the inside but misses his braking by a country mile. And that allows Leon back on through. I think Max has got the cover on Bozzy.
Yeah.
Liam at the minute doesn't seem to be able to bring that gap down as aggressively as he would like.
Completely agree there. Right, Ukbar on Leon. We've never had Leon on the podium. We've not spoke to Ukbar for quite some time. Who will be on the podium out of them two then as Max Mulder comes into the final corner, as does Bozzy. Max has made a mistake though, Dan, somewhere, because that gap has come down under a second.
I think he's got a loose in the final sector, and that's where he seems to be loose quite a lot. DJ Phil runs wide. This is going to allow Kelly to have a look down the inside into the final corner. As now Phil under pressure here from Kelly. As Kelly looks to the inside, thinks better of it, and has to wait to get a better run down the back straight.
Yeah, and I think Kelly's going to get that move done then on DJ Phil. Was that as Dean now still getting closer to Shane? In fact, Dean had a mistake last time round, so all that time and good work he's had has gone back to bed. And Kelly up the inside of DJ Phil. Phil's going to try and hold it around the outside. A bit of a lock-up you see there from Phil. Phil still, though, up the inside of Kelly. Now isn't, and Kelly has that job done. And a good move from KLF. Liam, though, within 0.6 of a second now of Max out front. And is this the pressure that Max didn't need?
And look, he's trying to break the toe. He's trying to break the toe. Get away from Bozzy as much as he can, but I don't think he has got out the Cora and Audi. Probably very similar straight line. Well, Cora in the slipstream though, so it will gain that advantage.
Wow.
Liam is right on the rear wing.
Yeah, right under the brake in there. Liam, such a good bit of speed to gain on the brakes and can sniff his first win of the season. It's been a while since Liam's had a race win. As Ukbar now up the inside of Leon Fernie. Gets it stopped this time. Leon needs a good exit. Oh, and Ukbar collapsed the side of Leon Fernie. And that then, Ukbar, I think, managed to keep that out the wall, it looks like.
Yeah, he managed to keep it out the wall, but what damage did he sustain hitting the side of Leon? That is the question. Meanwhile, Bryn and Argent are going at it once again. So Argent around the outside of Bryn. Bryn's going to miss his braking and just tap the rear of Argent. Goes down the inside and cuts the track. But he will not be able to keep that position and moves out to Argent.
I think he did the right thing there. He seemed to get a very, very slow exit to make sure that he gives that position back. He did the right thing there, did Bryn. Liam, once again, in this final sector has really closed the gap to Max. Max seems to be struggling, Dan, since his pit stop once again. Liam's as close as he's been, and that Acora in the slipstream is not a bad car to have, you know. Max doesn't break it early this time. Liam, you just see that timer just slowly but surely coming down and down, and we've seen how good Liam's been on the brakes recently. He's going to look up the inside, brakes a little later than Max, and Liam up the inside. Thank you, Mama, for the carrots on the curb. Get off that curb, Bozzy Boy. We told you in race 1, and Liam now has this race lead in his hands at the moment. Lap 13 of 15.
He does indeed, but at the minute, Max is still there. Every time Max has been in a race 2 situation, one of the Wakasaki Racing boys has managed to stop him.
Yes,
and at the minute,
that's a good point. That's a very good point. I didn't think about that. Every time he's led race 2, he's pitted, and it's been a Wakasaki car on the back of him.
It has been. But right now, Max has now lost out to Liam. But this now is his turn to get into the toe of Liam. And he's riding that right now. Is Liam going to try and defend in the inside of the hairpin? He stays to the right-hand side. Max is going to have a look to the outside. If he hangs it around the outside, he'll have the inside for the left-hand kink. But he brakes earlier. Liam misses his braking by the looks of things. Opens the door for Max. Max going to go around the outside. Thinks better of it. Lifts, waits, and then Liam just holds the inside.
Yep, Liam holds the inside. Max going to look to the outside once again, and Liam just needs to stay patient here, and once again gets it Plato's on the apex of the corner, and Max can do nothing but tap the back. Leon Fernie now under pressure from Argy Bargy. Argent, look at this, Dan. Lap 13, Argent's 5th place, looking for a podium.
Once again, but this time instead of chasing down Bozzy and Kelly, he's chasing down Leon and Ugbar.
Leon
Argent,
a little wide there, and that's...
Argent on the podium this season either.
I think we have, yes. Kota, I do believe, come third to Max and Dean.
Possibly
I do
so.
believe.
I know.
Oh! Now,
Not
that
sure what's
from
happened
Leon.
there.
Little naughty from Leon Fernie there. And Argent, thank you, Mama, for the carrots. He's through.
He is through. Bryn's now looking to try and make the move through. So right now, Leon, whatever that was, he just basically missed his braking and just ploughed into the side of Ugbar. And now Ugbar's missed out, and Argent goes through. Leon dropping down the order.
Leon
Max all over the back of Bozzy again.
He is once again here, but it's now 0.3 of a second, and Liam just needs to hang on. And Max just within the track limits here. Max, every time he's pitted, has seemed to not have the car underneath him, Dan. And yeah, it's just seemed to struggle as he comes through there. A little wiggle once again, and now gets a better run. But once again, Dan, he's to the outside line of Bozzy Boy, and it's not the worst line through here to get a good run then onto this back straight. But Bozzy doing a fine, stellar job once again, Dan, of being defensive. Now Max is as close as he's been compared to last time. Liam's got to nail his braking here. Max sticks to the back of Liam. He's going to pull out. He's going to be on the outside line. And Liam just needs to make sure he brakes bang on time this time around. On the brakes he goes now. And Max cannot do anything about it but try and keep it around the outside line. And I think he's not done enough.
No, he hasn't, but he's starting to make Liam defend. He's pressurising him to make a mistake if he possibly can. DJ Phil is stuck to the back of Kelly right now. Kelly's had a couple of moments, I think, because he's not been able to get past. There's Max down the inside. He gets the job done on Liam without him even realising he's gone done it.
It looked like he got a switch back there. It looked like he must have cut underneath because he was on the outside line. Liam now has 1 and a bit laps to get this job back done and get back ahead of Max Mulder then as he comes down into the braking zone. Again, another part of the track where Max has seemed to struggle this race is this part of the circuit. This is where Liam's been able to gain on him. And Max here is now ahead of Bozzy Boy using all the curb. Can Max now run away to get his race 2 win? Liam, what a defensive drive he's put up, but Max has just done him at the very end. And Liam needs a good run out this final corner. Is he in that slipstream of Max? I believe he is. Like you say, DJ Phil within a second of KLF.
Yeah, he's managed to stick to the back of Kelly as I think Bozzy just worked too hard on his tyres, and Max now has looked after his a little bit in that stint and is able to just catch him out. But Max ran wide into turn 1 there.
He did run very wide. That allowed Bozzy to just gain a little bit. And here comes Liam once again then. What's happened to Bryn? Because he's dropped behind Kelly and DJ Phil. So what has happened to Bryn then down in P8 at the moment? Excuse me. And starting this last lap, Kelly can see Leon Fernie, so a mistake from Leon could put Kelly up another place here and into that top 5. Liam really has to stick to the back of Max, but Max has just opened that gap up a little more then, and has Bozzy Boy, like Dan said, just done too much to his tyres to burn them out. Has Max done enough here? 2.2 Kelly to Leon Fernie. DJ Phil a second behind KLF, and Liam 0.8 of a second behind Max Mulder at the minute. Is Max going to take the first Race 1 and Race 2 win of the season in Pro-Am? And what a night for Monkey Boy to miss. As Max there, little wiggly under the brakes. That's allowed Liam to pull a bit of time back, although the gap actually extends from that, so did Liam have a moment as well. Max now, Liam wide, that'll be a strike for him.
But he can use pretty much all his strikes towards the end of this race. As he's trying to do so, Kelly still not able to try and catch on to the back of Leon Fernie. But it's going to be Argent, who's had a great recovery drive here. Absolutely really brilliant recovery drive.
Really has. From lap 1 damage to Great recovery drive at the end. I think Liam might now have just conceded this place. He's just dropped back a little more, although Max was just a little slow through there, it looked, and this is where he started to slide around a bit in the last race, and Max, a little wiggle on the curb, doesn't want to have a spin now because that will really invite Bozzy up. But for the second time tonight, yet again this season, it's going to be the first back-to-back race win. It's going to be Max Mulder who takes the race win. Bozzy Boy, what was that? Gets a set pair of second places at the very end. And this man, a third and a fourth tonight. Danny can be very, very happy with his achievements.
You can indeed. Great drive from Argent, and on the podium he goes. I think he'll be happy with P3. He could have been more though with his pace. He could have been up with the top two for sure. Ukbar P4 probably best this season so far, so he'll be happy with that one. Leon Fernie at P5 as well. Caddy with a recovery drive up to P6 with DJ Phil coming home in 7th.
DJ Phil's had another solid night yet again tonight, Dan. Another solid night indeed for him. Bryn then down in P8. Not sure what happened at the end. These Ferraris just have seemed a little off it tonight. They've just not seemed out the races tonight at all. Welshie's going to have a 9th place in this second one, and he's going to finish just in front of Shane, as I don't know what's happened to Smithy, because Shane's got past Smithy here, so Shane's going to come across for P10. He's got damage.
He has got damage, as has Dean as well, so those two crawling to the end. But what a masterclass from this man tonight. From basically the start of the night to the very end, Max is absolutely dominated here tonight.
And I imagine Max took the fastest lap. He's the only man I've seen in the 57s yet again, as we just await Dean and Smithy to cross the line. And yet, absolute domination from Max. Audi domination. That bodes well for tomorrow, but there's no Mercedes out there to give me the confidence. Either way, there's no Lamborghinis to give Overtaker confidence neither. I tell you what, though, this has had massive effects on this current championship standings, both constructors and drivers.
Definitely.
As Dean
indeed
comes out the final corner now, and Dean is going to cross the line. We hope to get Max, Liam and Argent into the chat with as Dean finishes the race then down in P10. The fastest lap of the race goes the way of Max again in the 57s. Once again, as we get Argent in with us now, we hopefully want to get Max and Liam in with us as well. And then your championship standings look a little like this. Max Mulder, 70 points clear, 7-0 clear of KLF. Shane, 84 behind. He's one ahead of Monkey Boy now in P3. Monkey Boy down to 4th. He's been caught by Argent, who's now propelled himself into P5. 91 points for him, ahead of Rabbit Joe, who stays on 85. Internet problems tonight, meaning that he couldn't race. Dean Wasocki now drops to P7. DJ Phil in 8th place now with Liam, only 10 points off the back of him. He's 2 ahead of Ukbar. Ukbar 1 ahead of Leon Fernie. Bryn up into P12 ahead of Smithy, who is just ahead of Welshie, Stovsloff and Lucas Roth, bringing up the rear. Constructors Championship looks a little like this. The SRL Racing Team, 270, with Audio Sport Tour Pros on 253. Super Crash Bros in P3 on 182. Wakasaki Racing now back up into that P4 spot at the moment in time. SFA Acora Racing are 2 points behind them. They're 2 points ahead of Terminal Velocity Racing, though. And Simplay Racing on 100. MC Motorsport on 94. We've got the top 2 in on the podium at the moment, and we're going to start. We've not got the top 2, so we've got 2 of the 3 on the podium at the moment. We're going to start with P3, Kieran Argent. Kieran, that was an interesting night.
Yeah, it's just one of the nights wasn't my way. I'm not going to comment on the incident, race 1 or 2, because I've not seen them back yet, but just got my night.
Not your night, but a 3rd and a 4th. Good results in the end.
Yeah, like you said in commentary, I had the pace to come through the pack. It's just incidents in the early race meant I was playing catch up.
Talk us through that second race, though, because you must have felt gifted when that podium opportunity came your way.
Yeah, I was counting down a lap from watching the time come down. I was catching them probably half a second to a second a lap. So I knew I was catching, but I wasn't expecting to get through that so much that easily.
Talk us through what happened at the beginning of the race, because, yeah.
From my point of view, I've not seen it back. I've not seen what's on stream. I've not seen anything. I was just coming down the back straight, me and Welshie side by side, and next thing I know, I hit the brakes, and we've binded together, and then gone off.
Either way, you've got to be happy, like I said, with tonight's race. As 3rd and 4th place came good points in the bag and propose you up the championship.
Yeah, like I say, I wanted more points. I was looking for double podium. But like I say, I'll take what I've got.
Well, great racing nonetheless. Well done tonight, Kieran Argent. And we go to Max now. And Max, that second race was a bit more interesting your way because you had to fight at the very end.
Yeah, it was a harder race than the first one, and got a little bit damaged, but yeah, still P1, so I'm happy.
2 wins tonight. It's the first time someone this season's took two wins. That must be very good.
That feels amazing, and I know it was for today. It was my day, so yeah, I'm happy.
Going into Suzuka next week, Sakito, what can you do around there in the Audi?
I hope to stay on the track because I absolutely hate that one.
Oh, so for everybody next week, could pull some points back on Max. Well done tonight, Max. A clean sweep from yourself. We have just got Liam in as well, so we'll just grab a word with that Buzzy boy. 2 second places. What a difference a week makes.
Yeah, it was alright. I spent the last 3 laps of it worrying about my wheel because it the motor on it was absolutely red hot, and I think it was just about to cut out before I went over the finish line.
Obviously, 2 second places. The race one, you had to spend most of the time defending from Kelly. This second race was attacking Max a lot more. Just talk us through your perspective of the end of the race, getting in front and then not able to keep the lead.
Most of the race, I was just thinking when Max goes in the pits, he's gonna make a few mistakes. I felt like he was gonna make a few mistakes, like he did in race 1 after the pit stop, and he did make the odd few mistakes, and it was always in sector 3. So I was using that to my advantage to try and catch up. It was just the last few laps, he must have been that much on it that it was just not happening.
Now, Dan pointed out in the stream earlier that, when we said what a difference a week makes, the 4-hour race at Watkins Glen last week must have seemed to do you the world of good because you look like a different driver this week.
I think it's aided me in some form of a way. I think the setup also helped, but yeah.
Either way, Suzuka next week. I need to get back to Kieran about Suzuka. Suzuka next week. We know what you can do around there, but I'm sure that's going to give you nightmares.
Yes, it will, because it's a completely different car, and the fact of my wheel, I don't really want that to overheat again, and if it does, I might have to tip some water on it.
Well done tonight, Liam, on your 2 second places. Kieran, just back to you, because I forgot to ask. Suzuka, Sakito, next week, Acora, home circuit.
Yeah, it's not my favourite track, not going to lie, but like I say, I'll be trying to do what I can. Need to catch the 0.5 penny of championship race.
Well done to all the drivers. Max, it looks like you've got the vote for the fans' driver of the day in the chat, closely followed by Buzzy Boy. So well done, Max, on that one. Dan, final words from yourself and driver of the day.
Well, here in the Middle East, Max has just completely dominated here this evening, basically doing an overtaker, doing a complete sweep here. So other than taking pole position in race 2, which he wasn't going to get, but nonetheless pretty much a grand slam from him. Can't look anywhere else but him because there was nowhere else that anyone could really touch him, so fair play to him. It takes my driver of the day. What a great way to start. And did you say we're going to Suzuka next?
Sakito, yeah. No, sorry chaps, apologies. Watkins Glen is next. Kieran, thoughts on Watkins Glen?
Again, it's the same thing with live, really, just trying to get as many points as I can to catch up in this championship.
Liam, thoughts on Watkins Glen?
Well, I'm pretty known to the track now. I've done 4 hours. I did 2 hour stints around it, so we'll have to see.
Max, thoughts on Watkins Glen?
I don't even know the layout.
Great.
There we go. So either way, for Max, it's going to be possibly a disaster. Liam feels a bit more confident, same as Suzuka, but he's worried about his wheel. And Argent, exactly the same opinions. Didn't really need to re-ask, really, did I?
Not really. A last-minute sprint from where Max said it was 7:30 the start of the race, but actually it's 8 o'clock, so make sure you're back in time for Watkins.
And while he's in here, a very happy birthday to Max. Congratulations on your 2 race wins on your birthday. Driver of the day for me, I've got to go Max. I think he's been unbeatable today, and to take the first 2 race wins of the season back-to-back is fantastic. But honourable mentions to the other 2 on the podium, Liam and Kieran. Fantastic races tonight. Kelly's had a good night. And DJ Phil, yet again, another strong showing this week. That's all we have time for, though, tonight. We are going to be back live. Kelly in the commentary box with no Smithy tomorrow night, so I do believe it's just Kelly on his own. In the pros for the pro action around Dubai. I don't really know what to say, Dan. It's going to be a hard-fought one, that is for sure. I'd love for rain, but it's Dubai, and that's probably not going to happen. Can we bring in Bernie Eccleston's idea of wetting the track to have more wet races?
No, and if anything, the way tonight went with Max Mulder taking 2 race wins, I'm quite looking forward to tomorrow night for sure. I just need to set up now.
Kelly will be in the commentary box. With that one, me and Dan will be back next week, 8 p.m. GMT next week, because we're in November, 8 p.m. GMT next week for your racing action then, because I do believe the clocks go backwards this weekend. So 8 p.m. GMT next week for me and Dan, so it's an hour later. So what would be 9 normally will be live then. 8 p.m. BST tomorrow night for Kelly. Watkins Glen next week, and it's game on again. Can me, Dan, Jamie and the others try and catch the overtaker? That is the big one. From everyone here at Simplay Motorsport, take care, have a great evening, and a happy Halloween, because I won't speak to you before then. Take care. Good night.
Gonna